Hey guys, it's been a while, and that's my fault. I'm embarrassed, frankly, that it's been so long. Yes, this is scripted. Life got tough for a bit, and there were other things I had to take care of before I could focus on the podcast. I'm an avid podcast listener, and so many podcasts kind of fizzle out and die before 10 episodes. I was really excited to not do that, but I kind of did. The episode you're about to hear was recorded on June 24th, 2022. So any references to dates or current events are about 7 months out of date. My apologies again. I feel bad for taking forever to get Austin's episode out. I feel bad for cutting him off so much before he talked about his eBay scouring theory. And I feel bad just because I want to push forward full steam with the podcast. If you're just listening, maybe it's no big deal, but I want to take accountability when I need to. I want to thank Austin so much for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the episode.
Wasting Spacetime.
Wasting Spacetime.
Wasting Spacetime.
Wasting Spacetime.
Wasting Spacetime. Wasting Spacetime.
Wasting Spacetime.
Spacetime. Wasting Spacetime.
Wasting Spacetime.
Time.
Wasting Spacetime.
Wasting Spacetime number 6.
Let's go.
Let's go!
We have our first guest today. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Austin. I'm from Harveysburg, Ohio. I play guitar in a death metal band. I went to school with James and Dion. Real honored to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you here. The band is called Skin Alter.
We are.
Yes.
They fucking rip, dude.
Look them up.
We try to rip. We try to.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of reminded me of what's the TV show?
Metalocalypse.
Yeah, it was a good vibe. I loved it.
That is such a compliment. I've seen every episode of that show
Me
thousands
and
of
Dion
times.
watched it together. I loved it.
We watched it because I remember you recommended it to me and us watching it together when we were younger.
That's because
I remember
nice.
It's my
Pickles, the
Bible.
drummer. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I loved it when we watched through it.
Wait,
It's
do
awesome.
your Swiss Guard impression.
I don't do Swiss Guard.
Oh,
It's Murder Face.
Yeah, Murder Face. my bad.
Swiss Guard, mom.
That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good.
Thanks.
Pickles was my favorite character, though, for sure.
Same.
The Wisconsin
I
accent. Dude.
yeah, I
Mine
love
was
it.
also Pickles.
I love pickles.
How about I smash your face, sir? Oh, James, have you seen that show?
No.
Oh,
You have to watch it.
You
It's
have
really
to see it.
good.
Metalopolis, is that what you said?
Metalocalypse, like apocalypse, but metal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It is
It's an Adult
legitimately,
Swim show.
legitimately one of the greatest written shows on Adult Swim ever.
True.
It is really
Big
good.
facts.
Nice. All right, I'll look into it. So, I don't know, Austin. Do you want to talk about like music and stuff too, or just ghosts or whatever?
I mean, I'll talk about music and shit too. What do you want to talk about? I saw that the band that you first introduced me to, Russian Circles, just announced that they're releasing a new album pretty soon. They released
saw that.
They released a single, but I haven't listened to it yet because I've been working so much.
I really like the single.
Is it good?
Yes, it is. It's called Conduit.
Hell yeah. I got to see them open up for Mastodon, I don't know, probably like 3 or 4 years ago. And honestly, they stole the show. It was incredible.
That's awesome.
You know,
That would be so fun.
It's crazy how much sound 3 guys can make.
I know, it's wild.
And when we were waiting in line to get into the venue, we were standing in front of like a little side door, and the door kept opening and people would come out, come in, come out, and that kind of stuff. And then we weren't really paying attention to them. We stood in, me, Brandon, and Dalton, we will wait 4 hours early for a show, even if we already have tickets, just because we're nerds.
Right.
But, so we were standing there
I
for a
feel
hot
that.
minute, and then this dude in like this sick, like green like corduroy suit comes walking out, like long flowing brown hair. I was like, dude, I think that was Mike Sullivan. And Brandon was like, that was definitely Mike Sullivan, the guitarist of Russian Circles. And then we thought that was cool enough. And then during Mastodon's last song of the night, Mike Sullivan and the guitarist of Eagles of Death Metal, I don't know, sat literally directly in front of us on the balcony.
Oh my
like,
God.
I could have reached up and touched his head. And at the end of the show, everyone's walking by. They have no idea who this dude is. And I like go up and I'm like, sir, I am your biggest fan.
I was going to ask if you said anything, yeah.
Oh, dude, he was so nice. And I was like, this is a weird question, but like, did you walk through a door outside earlier? Which is like the silliest question. He's like, oh yeah, I was going to get some coffee.
Oh, into that building?
He's like, you mean, did I walk into the building that we're in right now?
I did, earlier today.
Yeah.
And he even asked us, he's like, you guys want to take some pictures, sign some stuff? And it was super goofy because me, Dalton, Brandon, and other Brandon were all wearing matching Russian Circle shirts. So we look like a bunch of nerds. He signed everything
awesome,
we had,
though.
though. It was so cool.
Didn't you guys post a picture of that? All your stuff signed and everything? Because I think I remember.
We posted the picture that we took with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Unfortunately,
remember that.
everything I had signed was in my truck when it was totaled. So it's
Oh,
all
dang.
lost to the ages.
Aw.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Rest in peace, James Isaac Nichols, my truck.
Damn.
It's a Jimmy Neutron
Rest in
reference.
peace.
I don't know if you knew that, but
No, of course.
Hell yeah, bro.
I saw when you posted the Gnosis like cover on Instagram, and I was like, "Oh hell yeah, new album!" And then I got on Spotify, and all they had was the single. So I've been listening to that, but I was kind of confused until like yesterday. I looked it up and saw it comes out in August or something.
mm-hmm.
But I was like, "Well, fuck it. I guess I'll just listen to this one song."
Right. I'm not one for parasocial relationships or anything, but when they had all of their gear stolen from like their van or whatever, I was absolutely devastated. Like
That
even
sucks.
though I'm nowhere near California, I was like sharing the stolen gear on my page, like, hey, maybe somebody will find it, you know. But luckily, a bunch of gear companies hooked them up, and they're back in full swing.
Well, that's cool.
That's what's up.
I didn't even hear about that.
Oh yeah, dude, it sucked. Same thing happened to Metallica in '84, dude.
Damn. Hope Sydney's okay.
Yeah, she's good.
She's
think.
running out of the room.
Oh, here she comes.
I forgot about him.
All right.
Ichidori.
I don't know what it is, but it's cute.
It's Ichidori Yuji from JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen. It's an amazing anime. That's like all I listen to. Like Spotify put on the Naruto soundtrack, and like I was like, hell yeah! So that's been on repeat for like months. The Naruto soundtrack slaps.
I've been on a huge Oliver Tree and Hobo Johnson kick.
Nice.
Also, if anybody wants to go see Oliver Tree with me August 24th in
Also-
Cincinnati, I really want to fucking go.
Glass Animals, Chef's Kisses.
I'm not familiar with any of those groups. I mostly
Wait.
just listen to heavy
Wow.
metal.
Glass Animals, probably my favorite band right now. Their beats go hard, and it's just, they're so amazing. I love them.
I'll have to check
I've
them out.
also been listening to a lot of AGR lately. I really like
AJR is like
AGR.
vibey.
Yeah.
Oh, AJR. I've heard of them, but I don't.
Honestly,
It's
It's
really know.
definitely like really goofy, but it's just kind of
Yeah.
like vibey.
they
I'm
kind
fine with
of,
that.
yeah, I like them. I mean, I kind of get a Glass Animals vibe from them because of their beats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really like that. And then I just listen to classic rock.
Hell yeah.
because I love classic rock.
I listen to like stuff that's I don't know. I'd be like embarrassed to like. I don't know. I just feel like it's either like cringe, like indie shit, or like actually like unknowable, like
Bro,
I listen to like a lot of bands from like Brighton and like.
Oh, dude,
I listen to weeb shit. I listen to anime intros every single day.
I'm tired of being ashamed of the bands I listen to. Like when I would say even a year ago, I was like, if someone knew that I was listening to Savin' Me by Nickelback, I would have shot myself in the face with a rifle, you know? But like now I'm just like, dude, when you're drunk, that shit hits. And then people would be like, dude, are you listening to throat singing and also bluegrass right now? And I'm like, dude, what about it? I'm just pretty diverse, all right?
Nickelback gets way too much hate. They're very talented group.
You know who deserves that hate is fucking Volbeat. That's who deserves... Volbeat deserves the hate that Nickelback gets, and I will stand by that until the day I die.
I've only heard a couple songs by
I
them.
also just saw the Lumineers in concert, and they were really, really good. I love the Lumineers.
I've heard good things about the Lumineers. Never listened to them. Though.
If you like folk music, you'd like them.
Oh, hell yeah.
I like them a lot. And then
It's comfy.
I saw Cage the Elephant in concert,
Oh,
and
that's
they
fun
were
as fuck.
amazing.
Classic.
I love Cage.
I got to see Cypress Hill open up for Slipknot recently, and that was a funny...
That's cool.
That was a weird lineup, but it was so good. It was
Cypress
so good.
Hill.
There was another band called like Horror or something, but all the R's were 9s, and they didn't show up. They didn't show up, so the DJ from Cypress Hill just did like an extra hour set of him just like remixing shit, and it was awesome. And it was funny because they were like, "Are there any police in the building?" And like some people cheered, and they were like, "This song's about how much we hate the police. Let's all smoke some weed." And then everyone started smoking weed. It was hilarious.
Damn.
I was like, somebody's not safe in here. I'll tell you that much.
I talked to someone else who was at that show. One of my coworkers.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was that was my 5th time seeing Slipknot, and they just get better and better every time.
Rest in peace to Joey Jordison.
Rest in peace, Joey. Rest in peace, Paul. Miss him so much. Joey's probably my biggest influence on drums.
Big loss. That's a tough one.
I remember when we were kids, Dion and I both play drums, and Dion got the Joey Jordison signature snare drum, and I was like, fuck, dude. I wish I had that shit. I was like, that's like the pick of destiny.
I do remember that. Yeah, I got it like used. It was like beat to shit. Like they were selling at Guitar Center for like $40 or something. Like,
yeah,
it was
dude.
definitely like war, but I was like, that's too cool.
It's still the Joey Jordison signature snare. It had the S on it. It was matte black. I remember it fucking clear as day, dude.
That was lit. I haven't touched a drum set nor a pair of drumsticks since 2017. Very sad.
No,
Damn.
that is very sad. Dion, you're good.
That's what I've heard. I've never heard him play.
Oh, dude, Dion rips.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
It's probably been just about as long for me because I played in winter percussion my senior year, and then the Zygote split up, so I haven't played probably since about then, dude.
Damn.
I've got a drum kit in my upstairs room, but I don't play it often.
Damn, you should have let me rip on that when I was there.
Yeah, I didn't mention it. You'll have to next time.
Are you making any music, James?
I've made stuff that I've like edited it into the podcast or like plan on using for like YouTube videos.
Right.
The Wasting Spacetime theme goes so fucking
all
hard, dude.
All the music on this podcast is fucking like I'm sitting in my car turning my steering wheel 360 degrees from how hard it goes.
Hell yeah. I mean, I can't endorse that, I guess, specifically, but hell yeah.
Oh, today I got to drive on a closed runway. Like,
really?
Yeah.
A closed what?
That's the dream.
Runway?
Oh shit. That's
like at an
cool.
airport? Yeah, I know. Yeah. I was like, damn, I really just want to go all the way down and like floor it.
You like fold like boxes of cardboard like out of the bottom of your door so they like stick out like wings. And, like,
I
floor
hope
it,
I
like,
take off.
70 miles an hour down the. You just get to the end, slow down, and stop. Go back to.
That's
Didn't
literally
work.
one of my dreams, dude. Is just a closed runway just to see how fast my car can go.
That would be
That'd
pretty
be fun.
awesome.
The salt
Well-
flats look fun as fuck. I saw a guy on YouTube I was watching the other day. It was like this old dude that builds like rocket engines, and he puts them on like a like steel scooter or like trike or something, and goes like hundreds of miles an hour like in the salt flats. Like,
Dude, I've seen shit like those
Oh my
people.
God.
Anyone who steps foot on the salt flats does not fear death, like at all. They're like, "What's up? This is my build. It's 2 pieces of metal strapped to a 4,000 horsepower jet engine. We're just here to test it, see what happens."
Let's see how fast we can go.
Right.
that was wild. That always looks fun as fuck. I'd never like. Well, probably. I don't know. I'm not really a car guy.
The
much.
fastest I've ever been was 124 miles per hour, and that's like in the grand scheme of things, not that fast.
My
But-
dad bought a Mustang recently, and we got on a straightaway, and it's the first time I'm in it, and he's like, "You want to see how fast this can go?" And he just floors it, and he got like 180 or some shit. You were in the car, Dion, right?
Oh yeah, I think he got to like 110.
Oh, I thought he got higher than that.
No.
No,
I don't know.
pretty
I don't
sure
know
he
if a
got
Mustang
higher.
can hit 180.
I don't know. He got
Remember the
fast.
road he was on? It was pretty short because there's that turn at the top.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was like at
He
least
probably could've-
120.
He could have gone faster for sure. Like he wasn't even done like shifting into the highest gear once we got
He-
toward that turn. But he was hauling ass. Yeah, he probably could have gone way faster.
They went
But I
to,
think we were at around 110.
They went to a country club to go golfing recently with
Mm-hmm.
my uncles, and he brought that Mustang to show off
Oh
to
god.
all the country club people.
I just have
He's
to say
so
one
proud
thing
of
about
that
this
car.
Mustang, man. Is badass. There's just 2 things. One, he chose the wrong color, and 2, he got the racing stripe removed. But the rest of it is badass.
What
But-
color is it?
It's red.
But it's not red. It's like a
Oh.
dark maroon red. Like
Yeah.
every red car you see, how it's that dark, like metallic red.
Dude, Mango had a Mustang with the 5.0 V8, and it was like a tomato soup red.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. But Mango let me drive it when he went to Columbus to pick up a truck, and I was like, "All right, Mango, you follow me home in your Mustang, and I'll stay close because we don't know if your truck runs that well." And then the second we got on the highway, I floored it, and I never saw Mango for the 3-hour fucking drive home.
Oh my god.
It was so fast.
Call me if you need help.
But the fastest I ever went was in my 20-year-old Volvo station wagon, and that was sketchy as hell.
Oh, I remember that thing. That thing was
Dude,
badass.
it was badass, dude. For my first car, that was awesome. But the tires were only rated for 80. And one day I was like, I'm just going to put the pedal down and see what happens. And I made it up to 124, and the steering wheel was literally shaking, like
Yeah.
very violently. I was like, I literally thought, I was like, my mom's going to be pissed if I wreck right now. So I just let off the gas.
Sorry, Mom.
We had a Pontiac Vibe, and we were in the car one day, and Gavin just goes so fast down 42, just like floors it in the Pontiac Vibe, getting around 100 in that thing.
Literally the shape of a kidney bean, just hauling ass.
I loved that car. It went
They
through
put like
so much.
350,000 miles
Yeah,
on it.
it was in like 8 crashes or something like that, and it was still going. It was a good car.
My favorite car that I've ever owned had 650,000 miles on it.
Damn.
Oh yeah, dude. It was my
Damn,
pride and joy.
yeah.
And then
The Camino? What one?
no,
What car?
the El Camino. Okay, the El Camino's my pride and joy. I lied. That was. I still weep. Like every night when I go to bed, I look at a picture of it in a frame and I sob until I fall asleep. But no, it was I inherited a 1987 GMC Sierra 2500 from my grandfather, and his dad bought it new, and then gave it to his son, my grandpa, and he used it as a landscaping truck and a plow. And salt absolutely destroys cars.
Yeah.
So by the time I got it, I mean, you could put your hand through the wall of the truck because the rust had just completely eaten through it. And it was like a Flintstones car. We had a plank on the bottom of the floorboard because if you got in it without the plank, your feet would just go through the floorboard.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
But
My
dude,
dad had a truck like that.
Dude, it would haul a house up a mountain, and it started every time, and it sounded so badass. And I was so excited when my grandpa gave it to me, and then I had it for like 2 weeks. I drove it home, and it stopped running in front of my house. And I was like, oh, I'll get to it. I'll fix it. And then Thanksgiving morning, I was at work, and my roommate Cody called me. He was like, hey, Austin, what's up, man? Happy Thanksgiving. And I'm like, I just got off work. What's up? And he's like, so the police took your truck. And I was like,
shit.
I was like, what do you mean? And
What?
he was like, your truck is gone. And I hung up on him because I was like, I have to get home immediately.
Oh my god.
And I got home and talked to him, and he was like, yeah, I guess one of the neighbors complained about it being there, and your tags just expired, so they could legally call the police, and they had it towed.
They were waiting for that.
Well, yeah, because the neighbor had came to us and was like, you can't park there because I can't pull out of my driveway, but he just didn't know how to drive. Like, you could definitely pull out of his driveway. He just didn't know how to drive. And Austin Holland, I don't know if you guys know him. He literally saw someone, like, he saw him hit my truck backing out of his driveway, and he didn't tell me or anything.
Damn.
And then right after that's when he had it towed. It was so annoying. So this truck that I had waited my whole life to inherit, some dude was just like, fuck it. And
That sucks.
it was
That's the worst kind of person.
It was like
True.
$200 a day that it was in storage, and I only paid $500 for it for my grandpa. So I was like, I don't have the money to get out, so they crushed it. Super sad.
That's rough.
Yeah.
But if you we're all class of 2017, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
If you
Confirmed.
look in the Clinton Massey yearbook for 2017 and you see who won best car, there's a picture of me in that truck with the fucking orange light on top spinning around.
That's awesome.
So it's forever immortalized in Clinton Massey history, baby.
Let's go.
I got most artistic.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought someone else should have got that, but I made Dungeon Cop.
Oh, dude,
dude.
Dungeon Cop. I forgot about that shit.
Sydney,
That was a
James
banger.
developed a tiny indie game. It's called
Oh,
Dungeon Cop, and it
that's
was
cool.
so fucking awesome.
That's awesome.
When's Dungeon Cop 2? Dude, Dungeon Cop 2 when? When's that shit coming?
Oh, Dungeon Cop 2 came out. It was
What?
The background was like desert sand instead of underground dungeon, and then the enemy monster had a sombrero and a mustache, and then instead of just like saying you win when you shoot him, the one monster in the room, it would like flash around the whole screen and change colors and like stay there, so it just stacks up like chaotically.
Dude,
saying you win.
that's a
Where
huge
is it?
step up. Yeah. Send the link in the Discord, bro. I want to play that shit.
Yeah, I'd have to like make another one probably with like HTML. It's like I don't even know what I wrote it in. Python probably.
Dude, I'll upload a full playthrough to the... Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll get the whole band of Skin Alter together, and we'll all crowd around each other in my tiny little webcam, and we'll play through Dungeon Cop 2 and upload it to the band YouTube.
I eventually want to develop a few VR games, and I already have you in mind for music for one of them, Austin.
Oh, dude, that would rip. I can make some spooky-ass music. Like, and not just death metal. Like, I can make... I've got all kinds of plugins and shit. I can make some orchestral stuff if you wanted. I'd be so down.
Well, maybe the other two or whatever then. But I was the one I want like dark metal, like it's like a dark city in like a metal dome that's a screen, like the future, like ambiguous as to what planet it is, and everyone's like essentially like such a bitch to their technology that like they're like humanityless, and they're like all like in the rooms like they could leave, but there's like, yeah.
Dude, I would be so down to write some shit for that. I would.
Yo,
I'll talk to you someday. Yeah, it might be years, but I really want to do that.
Dude, I've got years. I got my whole life ahead of me, so.
Cheers.
Speaking of video games, I don't know when this will be out, but Steam Summer Sale is going on right now till July 7th. Everybody needs to go out and spend all their fucking money on the Steam Summer Sale today, right now. That's the end of my advertisement. That is not a paid advertisement.
For Steam.
I'm just so excited, bro. The Steam Summer Sale
like
is one of the lights in my life that fills the empty voids.
Dude, I don't have any money. Do you know how expensive smoking meat is?
Oh,
Oh
wow.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got? What kind of grill you got? I'm not into smoking meats. I just like listen to a few people on like other shows.
Dude,
that are.
brisket is my heart and soul. That's probably 5 or 6 times a week I'm eating brisket.
Damn.
And brisket's not cheap at all. It's
No,
not
That sounds
fucking
expensive,
cheap.
but very nice.
Yeah, dude, it's so worth it. I remember my uncle taught me how to cook a brisket for the first time. Like, when I was a little kid, he was like, all right, we're going to put this piece of meat in. And I was like, all right, sick. When's it going to be ready? And he was like, it'll be ready tomorrow. And I was like, oh, this sucks. I don't want to do that shit anymore. But
Things
no.
that are like investments like that are usually like awesome, though. I think it's kind of a psychological thing that you're like, hell yes, when it's finally like time. Like, I like little like short investments like
Well,
that.
yeah, and
That reminds me of like there's an episode of American Dad where like Steve and his friends are cooking like a pot roast in like a Insta cooker, or like I forget what it is, but they were like, can we eat it now? And Steve was like, no. He said the longer it stays in here, the better it is. And it goes like weeks and they're just leaving it in there.
Oh my
dude,
god.
as long as I've been cooking meat, I just learned like what dry aging was, like literally yesterday. And I was like looking at the benefits and stuff. And pretty much you just put a steak in a bag and leave it in your fridge for like almost a month. And
Damn.
apparently, and then, you know, obviously the outside rots and all that shit. It like desiccates and all that. And you like cut off the whole outside of it, and then it just makes like the best steak you've ever had. But I'm scared.
My god.
I'm
I've never heard of that.
I'm
That
scared to
seems
try it.
too risky for me.
Yeah.
This one dude, he dry aged a steak in Da Bomb hot sauce.
Oh no.
And like he took one bite and just immediately started sweating.
That sounds disgusting.
Oh no. That's the worst one.
Dude, it's good. I love Da Bomb. I love the way it tastes. Everyone says it tastes like shit. I love it.
You're a fucking weirdo, dude. What?
Would you soak a steak in it?
I wouldn't soak a steak. You only need like whenever I make chili, I have like a whole Dutch oven and I literally put 2 drops in it and it makes it noticeably spicy. So like soaking an entire piece of meat in it, I can't imagine how painful that is.
Maniac levels.
That's on some goofy shit. That's on some only for YouTube type
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
We started talking about cars, but I just wanted to throw this out there that I've flown a plane when we were talking about driving down the runway.
What? I'm sorry. I kind of zoned out there. I'm so
Oh.
sorry.
I said I've flown a plane.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
you've flown a plane.
Wait,
bad.
you've
I had-
literally piloted a plane?
Yeah, like co-piloted, I guess, but like the pilot like let go. It was like a Boy
That's-
Scout thing, and I
that's
flew a plane for a while.
incredible.
That's really
dude.
cool.
That's
It
fucking
was pretty
nuts.
awesome.
Was it? It was like one of the tinier planes, right?
It was a 747
Like a
for sure.
Like a personal plane.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was at a like Air Force base or like a private like runway. I'm thinking it was like I'm not sure.
What
Can't
James is
remember.
trying to tell us is that he was put in charge of piloting a C5 Globetrotter at Wright Pat, but he's like not allowed to talk about it. You know,
Yeah.
He's kinda
It was a
hidden at it.
C-17.
He actually drove a stealth bomber, and he's breaking his NDA, but he's walking around the fact that he drove a stealth bomber.
Wait.
Yeah.
I don't
Basically,
think
James did
C-17s
9/11.
exist.
Yeah.
Truth is, it's stranger than that. Those are my fucking crafts they have parked underground.
Oh, wow.
Oh no.
Yeah. I made those.
JB stands for James Bachman, bro.
Let's go.
I
Well, I
think
had
they're
a,
on C-45s. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to remember. My dad works at Wright Pat. He makes airplanes. Well, he used to. I don't know what the fuck he does anymore because he's not allowed to tell us.
You know, back to Wright Pat. You know, the Hangar 18 by Megadeth.
Oh, shit.
The
Yeah, I've
greatest
heard about
fucking
that. Yeah.
the greatest Megadeth song of all time. Hangar 18's at Wright Pat.
I don't know
bro.
if I've heard that. I'm sorry.
I've
Oh,
heard about
dude.
that theory.
The song is 89% guitar solo, but the small amount of lyrics are about like an alien, a hangar, and all that shit. And there's a lot of theories leading to it's at Wright Pat, which is pretty cool because that's local.
Yeah,
That is
everyone
cool.
thinks that there's aliens underneath Wright Pat.
Everyone.
I mean, it's only one of the biggest Air Force bases in the fucking world, so
True.
Would Yeah, never mind. Let's protect your dad.
True.
No, he would never say
changed
it.
my mind.
He takes his work very seriously, and he is very good at what he does.
Well, dude, a good friend of mine, I'm not going to name any names, I'm not going to give any more detail than that. A good friend of mine, his dad works for Wright Pat, and he, pretty much anytime Wright Pat wants to buy anything or spend any money, it has to go through my friend's dad. Like, he signs off on all of it. And, like, you try to get even the most mundane conversation out of him. You're like, hey, blank, how was work today? He's like, it was work. Like,
Yeah,
can't get
that's my
anything out of
dad.
him.
I can imagine. That's rough. And it's probably like annoying to have like two different personalities too.
Right. I mean, he's a super cool dude until you ask him about work, because then he just has to shut down completely. And it's crazy that like a government organization can not brainwash you, but like train you super well to not give any details away, you know? They
Well,
basically
I
make
mean-
work your way of life.
Yeah, my dad, if you ask him about his work, he'll just say, "Oh, I work at Wright Pat."
Right.
It's basically all he'll say.
Probably refills the vending machines.
He's like real top secret shit.
That would be epic, no cap.
But we went to Arizona one time, and we were talking to like alien hunters out there because there's a lot of them, and we said we're from Ohio, and they're like, "Oh, you know Wright Pat then?" My dad's like, "Yeah, I work there." They're like, "Oh my
He's like, "I've never
gosh,
heard
do you
of it."
know if there's an alien underneath there?" And they're just like, and he's just like, "No."
Unfortunately, we're not allowed to talk about him.
Him, yeah. We're not,
they
allowed,
just,
we're not
like-
allowed to talk about George.
But they just went on
Yeah.
about how like there's an
Blip
alien
globe
under
likes
Wright
to-
Pat.
I mean,
Blip glorp. I'm imagining them like saying that like earlier when you were like, we don't talk about him. I'm imagining the guy like saying that and then going, oh shit, and then just full sprinting in the opposite direct, like fucking hauling ass. Like his hat's flying off, his shirt's like coming off of one arm, like fucking horror movie hauling ass.
I imagine somebody being like, hey man, like I just heard I heard there's some like secret shit going on at Right Pat. And, like, whoever goes, oh, you know, and then just immediately a red dot appears on his chest. He's like,
I was going to say that, but yeah, forehead. Just instantly sniped if you mentioned the wrong thing.
Yeah. And, like,
sorry.
I was just going to make another, like, you know, you're at a football game and someone's like, hey, do you see that guy in the tree over there? You're like, oh, that's just my work sniper. He just keeps an eye on me, you know?
He keeps an eye on me at all times.
Remote bodyguard.
Remote.
But since we're on the topic of Right Pat, I don't know if anyone knows this, but they actually kept Nazi prisoners in Right Pat. And like,
no shit.
Yeah, they have their jail cells still there. And there's actually like artwork on the walls of like what the Nazi prisoners like drew. And there's like a bunch of devils and just like.
And they're actually still locked up in that cage.
Yeah, they never left. You can see their skeletons.
We're the devils. We're the devils.
But that's kind of cool to see. Bro, have you been to the like Air Force Museum though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, when I left, I felt like I did a whole entire fucking leg workout at a gym. Dude, it's so huge. There's so much walking.
Did you know that like there's another part of the Air Force Museum on base and like you can actually go in the planes and stuff?
Yeah. I've heard about that.
I've stayed the night there with Boy Scouts, I think. I've been there like I never saw it there actually, but what I was going to say was it's like a model. I knew the story behind it, but I can't remember, but I know it's at least stored at Right Pat. I don't know if it's on display. It's like a UFO like flying saucer shaped disc that's like actually like made by like humans. It's not like a mystery. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about like a man-made like prop one that I think was supposed to like work like a hovercraft and kind of hover around like that.
Yeah, I think it's in the Air Force Museum.
I can't remember seeing that, but that's cool as fuck. Like I've read about that before and I've been there like multiple times.
I remember it. Because we went there all the time as kids. And they used to put on, like, for the 4th of July, they put on big fireworks shows. And it was really cool. And they had concerts and, like, a bunch of vendors on base. That was fun. I learned how to drive stick shift in the base.
Well, Austin, I had a few... Oh, hold on, real quick. I wanted to shout out the song Simia de DEI. I'm not sure how to pronounce that exactly, by Old Man Gloom.
Wait, hold on. Spell it out for me. I'm going to look it up right now.
Okay.
Or send it in Discord.
Gotcha. I'll do that. It came on, like, Spotify radio after, like, the Russian Circles single that we were talking about.
Yeah.
And I like this song, too, so...
Nice.
I'll send it to you.
Dude, even my friends who don't like metal, like, a lot of my friends who just, like, want a vibe, so to speak, and I'm like, yeah, but check out this band. Like, I feel like a fan of any genre can get into Russian Circles because, like, I don't know, like, there's no vocals, but, like, they just, like, start on a rhythm and just keep building, and, like, anyone can appreciate their musicality, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, I love Russian Circles, and it, like, there might be, like, other instrumental metal groups I'd like that I haven't discovered, and that's kind of what I was trying to do listening to the radio based on the song.
Right.
But anyway, I was just going to say that personally, I don't like the metal, like, voice that you imagine. Like, I just like the way the guitars sound and like the rhythms and the like very fast, like mathematical almost,
No,
like
I get
calculated plays.
I get that completely because like that's honestly how it started off for me and Dion. I remember we would like listen to like okay, so me and Dion's metal taste comes from WWE SmackDown versus Raw and Midnight Club on PS2. And I remember
I'm seeing worlds collide right now.
That is
dude.
fucking true, dude. Hip hop and metal. It's literally my life.
And like I remember there would be like I remember the exact song, dude. It was Nothing Left by As I Lay Dying. And Dion and I would take turns on Midnight Club on PSP. We would literally pass the PSP back and forth. And there was this song on there, and we were like, dude, this instrumental is so good. I just wish the vocalist didn't sound like that. And so Dion and I both just branched out to like finding metal bands that sounded like that, but didn't have the shitty vocals on them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
True.
Which today I've grown to love harsh vocals and things like that. So like that song isn't that bad now.
Right.
But there are a couple like Pantera, dude. If it weren't for the singer of Pantera, Pantera would rip. The riffs, the drums, the bass, they're all so good, but the vocals sound like shit and the vocalist is racist. So like if they didn't have Phil on those albums, it would rip. It would rip so much more. So I know exactly what you mean.
That's kind of how I feel about Guns N' Roses a little bit.
For sure. Fuck Axl Rose.
Yeah, I feel like it should just be Slash, a bassist, and a drummer.
Yeah, dude. Because, like, Welcome to the Jungle, dude, phenomenal instrumental, but then you got fucking Axl Rose being like, welcome to the jungle. And I'm like, dude, die. Literally die.
Oh, shit.
Austin, while you're here, I wanted to hear about your ghost stories from your old house.
Oh, dude, I got hella ghost stories. Do you want me to do them in, like, chronological order? Or, like, do you want to hear, like, the greatest hits?
Tell it the way you prefer.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the most recent one, alright?
Okay.
All right.
So
I'm listening.
Taylor and I just moved into this house, like, literally, like, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And, I would say about 6 months ago, actually close to a year ago now, a customer was giving away like a vintage record player, a head unit, and like these 2 big ass speakers. It's like a $1,300 deal, and they were just giving them away. So I was like, "Oh, I'll take those off your hands," you know?
Yeah, that's
All
awesome.
right.
And I was like, I have to think about it. And then I was like, yeah, no, I'll take those. Let's not.
Now
joke.
pay attention, because that record set's going to come up again later.
Literally.
It will.
So I've had that record player for a year almost, and we just moved into this house, and I've got the record player sitting right next to my bed right now, and it's never acted up before. And the other day I was, my wife came in and was talking to me. I was sitting on my bed in front of the record player, and my wife's sitting there talking to me, and the needle lifts up off where it rests and moves over to where the turntable is, and then just sits down. And while my wife is talking, I just go, "Hello?" and my wife's like, what's going on? And I'm like, the needle just moved. The whole needle just moved. And my wife's like, okay, it's an automatic record player. Like, that's not that special. And then I lift up the back of the record player, and it's not plugged in.
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
And
I was going to say, it starts flipping through, like, lyrics to the songs on the record, like a Ouija board, but it's, like, talking like Bumblebee
It's
from
trying
Transformers.
to talk to you.
it starts singing Judas Priest in reverse. Like, my wife Taylor was like, "Oh, it's just leftover like residual energy or whatever," and I was like, "This has been unplugged for almost a month because we were like packing and shit."
While
like
it was
that.
being moved?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So that was the most recent one. The one with the biggest impact, Dion and Sydney know the intro to this story. And I think you guys know the updates. James, I don't know if you've heard it. But so
I don't think so.
My previous house that we just moved out of, it was built in 1890, and like we call them generations, but like the people who lived there before us were our friends, and the people who lived there before them were our friends as well. So like we say 3 generations of demented Dayton youth live in that home. And it's like a giant 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2 kitchens, like full basement. It's a huge old house. Anyways, it's named Dennis's because there's a ghost there that we named Dennis. And turns out Dennis is a little girl that is buried at the end of the street because we finally saw her, and it's like a little girl without a face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay.
Let's get into this.
Okay. So that's
Holy shit.
That's not even the spooky part I'm trying to get into. Like that's just the prerequisite.
What the fuck? Okay, got it. Whatever.
So so when I moved in, everyone was like, "Oh, look out for Dennis." And I was like, "Who the fuck?" Like I thought Dennis was a joke, and then I like started messaging people that had lived there before us, and they were like, "Yeah." Like, at the bottom of the stairs and the top of the stairs, there's this fucking, like, evil feeling. And, I feel like I'm pretty sensitive to paranormal shit because, like, I've dealt with it my whole life. But, like, not everyone is the same way. Anyways, so I kept feeling this, like, tiny little person at the base of the stairs where the living room is. And, like, every time I would sit on the couch in the living room, I'd be like, there's someone fucking peeking around the stairs right there. And one night when I was asleep, my wife and I have separate bedrooms. We still sleep together, but we have like our own little spaces, you know.
Right.
I was sleeping upstairs in my wife's room, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and there's just a tiny girl standing next to the door with no face. And I literally sat up off my back like the Undertaker and pointed at her. And then just went back to sleep. I didn't remember it till the next day.
Oh, gosh.
And then my sister-in-law, my wife's sister, lived with us at the time. And I was, like, talking about ghosts or whatever. And she was like, yeah, do you guys ever see, like, the faceless little girl that is at the top of the stairs sometimes? And I was like, yes.
Oh.
So, and then my buddy Gabe, who lived down the street, found out that there is a little girl buried at the end of the street. Like
That's
with
God, it's peer reviewed.
Yeah, it's peer reviewed, dude.
Yeah.
But so the point I'm getting at, like the story I wanted to tell, was that Taylor and I didn't talk about it for a long time, but individually, like between 2 and 5 a.m., we would both get 3 super fast knocks on our bedroom door in the middle of the night. And they would wake us up. Like, he would wake up to, like, knock, 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 like, super fast. And we didn't talk about it a long time because I was like, just fucking sleep paralysis, dog. Like, that shit happens. Auditory
Witching hour, right?
Yeah, witching
Yes.
hour, dude. Which,
Yep.
yeah. And then one day I was up in Taylor's room. I was like, yeah, I fucking didn't sleep much last night. I woke up to a knocking on my door. Couldn't go back to sleep. Taylor was like, I did too. I was like, what? Let's talk about this for a minute.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, it had happened multiple times for the both of us at the exact same time. And I posted about it on Instagram, and Dion replied to my story and was like, yo, my girlfriend's into witchcraft. And she said it's like a spirit mocking the Holy Trinity. That's why there's 3 knocks. I was like, that's fucking spooky. And it kept happening. And then we finally cleansed the house, like lit sage, led the demon out of the house, and then put black tourmaline above the door so that it wouldn't re-enter. and it stopped happening completely.
That's good.
But then it gets spookier.
Nicely done.
Because our next door neighbor, Jacob, who I work with to this day, we were carpooling to work. He's like, yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It went to
passed it off.
his house?
It went to his house. He was like, yeah, there was like these knocks above my bedroom door, and
my
like it just kept
gosh.
waking me up. And then he didn't even know about the story, so I told him, and we were driving. He was driving, and he was like, dude, he was like, I can't drive. He was like, I'm shaking so bad right now. Because it was exactly what we had described.
Oh my gosh.
That's wild. That's so creepy.
So that's pretty fucking spooky. The ghost of Dennis is a powerful ghost. She's probably mad that we keep calling her Dennis, to be honest.
That's really what sparked it.
Yeah.
The revenge started. That
So-
sounds like some negative energy.
I mean, honestly, I never felt like she was out to cause any harm. Like, she was
Oh,
kind of
that's good.
mischievous, but I never felt threatened or anything, you know?
Maybe she was just like a poltergeist, kind of.
Yeah. Maybe,
You seen
maybe
my
not,
face?
maybe not a demon.
Yeah, maybe not a demon, but just wanted to cause mischief.
So, I have a hella more ghost stories, but I don't want to rant for an hour straight, you know? So if anybody else has anything else, I would like to hear something.
Well, real quick, Austin, what is your understanding, or like how do you conceptualize ghosts? Is it like you have experiences with them, so you might be able to answer it better. But what is it? What is a ghost? What happens?
So I do believe that there is something when you die, you know. Can't say exactly what, but I feel like people who want to be reached will try to reach people after they pass away. I'm a big believer in like the belief that there's like this whole superstition that like whenever you're walking under a light and it turns off, that means it's someone you love trying to reach you from the afterlife, you know?
Yeah.
And right after my great-granny Phyllis passed, she was like the one who... She was like a fucking billion years old. She played drums for Willie Nelson at the Grand Ole Opry. She was the reason
What? Wait,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, she was like the reason I got into music. And I remember,
Nice.
like, before she passed, she lived with us briefly. And she's from Texas. And she lived with us briefly in Ohio right before she passed. And she was always saying, she was like, you know, when I do pass, I'm going to try to, like, I'll always be with you all the time. And right after she passed, like, at least once a day, I would walk under a light and it turned off. So, like, there's something there.
Yeah.
You know? And it wasn't happening. It's not one of those cases where, like, it was happening and I just never noticed it. But, like, it legitimately never happened to me until she passed. So, I think a ghost is just someone's... I feel like the spirit can move on, but, like, something stays here with the people you care about and people you're trying to reach and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change forms. you
That's
know?
what I'm saying. That's why I believe in reincarnation. I believe, like, spirits, like, they want to see their loved ones, but, like, when they feel ready to be reincarnated again, they are.
Right. And that's what I do hope when I die, I can stick around for a little bit and just, like, send messages to the people I love, you know?
Yeah.
I always wish you had like unlimited stats, like you could look up whatever the fuck you wanted about your
And,
life,
dude,
like afterwards.
I think about that all the time. I'm like, I wonder how many beers I had. I wonder how many nuts I had. Like,
How many people nutted to me?
exactly, dude. But, like, you can only find out after you die. I think it would still be worth it.
I've
You
always
just take off your helmet and like you can like scroll around on the computer you're sitting in front of after you die.
Yeah. Like, you die and you just take off your helmet. You're, like, super sweaty, just like a Reddit mod in front of a computer.
Holy shit, that game is wild.
Yeah. Is that a Bud Light Lime you're drinking, James?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't have any beer.
A modern twist on a classic.
Dion was over, Dion and Sydney, last weekend, and I never told you, but I got the the orange Bud Light to try.
Ooh.
Oh, you did?
And I went through a pack of that before I bought this lime again. Yeah.
How'd you like it?
It's your descriptions were spot on, Dion, and I don't know, I couldn't describe it any better. But like it's not a very helpful description if I would try. Like it's like tastes like beer and also like orange. It's not too sweet. It doesn't taste like orange candy. It's slightly artificial, but pretty much just tastes like an orange. And it kind of tastes like a beer and kind of tastes like an orange.
That's pretty good. That's a good description.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was okay. I finished it, but I'm probably not going to buy another one.
Yeah, I don't.
That's my review.
It's
I
all
like
right.
it.
Do you have any more questions, James, or does somebody want to share a paranormal story? I know Dion's got a couple.
I can go because mine is short. Because
Yeah, mine are short too. I'll go right after you.
I saw like a psychic in Salem, which was really awesome, and
That sounds cool as fuck.
no,
I'm excited.
That does
she
sound
was
crazy.
amazing. Like, so I had problems with my gallbladder, and I actually had it removed. And when I walked in, she kind of like got a reading from me. Like, our hands weren't touching, but they were hovering over each other. And it's hard to explain, but it felt like tingling, like our energies were matching. It was like really weird. But she like said, "So you've lost a lot of weight and you've been really sick, right?" I never told her any of this. And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "You really need to go to the doctor. It's not anything serious, but you really need to go to the doctor." Turns out my gallbladder was like inflamed and had to be removed. So she was right. And just
Damn.
like, she said I was super intuitive. I just need to open up my third eye. But I feel like I shy away from that because I'm kind of scared. Like, I feel like a lot of the paranormal experiences I could have, I've just like avoided because I felt something and I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore, and I leave. Or like, there was one time and I was in the shower in this apartment, like when we first moved in.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was like a month or two.
yeah, and I had
After.
cleansed it already. And then I'm just in the shower and I get this really weird feeling. And I like see kind of this like thick mist. It wasn't like shower mist. It was like kind of gray. And I was
It
like,
was Sierra Mist.
yeah. And I just got this really negative, like bad feeling. Like I got out of the shower immediately and immediately like saged the whole apartment. And like after I did that, I felt so much better.
See,
But-
I'm the opposite. Whenever I feel something spooky, I try to exacerbate it because I like want to experience it.
See, like I'm the opposite. I'm like, I gotta cleanse this right away. Like I don't know. I get a weird feeling and I'm just like, nope. And then like one time I was at Dion's old apartment and I remember waking up and he had like this cabinet thing right by his door.
Oh, I remember this one.
And like I wake up and I look in the doorway by this cabinet thing and there's like someone standing there. And like I kind of get up and like look closer and I think it's Dion and I'm like, what are you doing? Like it was something there to make me react. And I like look over like after no answer and Dion's asleep, like fast asleep next to me. And then I look back and there's like no one there. And like, I don't know if you ever felt it in your old apartment, but I definitely felt like I was being watched at some points. No?
He was just like, you're kind of crazy. I don't know.
You didn't feel that?
I mean, I don't know. I have really bad anxiety and ADHD and OCD, so I feel like that. I just feel weird like that all the time, like in my brain. So it's hard to differentiate that from like, spooky energy feeling because my brain's already fucking going 90 miles an hour all the time.
Sometimes when I was like alone at your apartment, I would just like not want to leave your bedroom because I felt like in the living room I was just being watched. Like there was just someone watching me in there.
See, I am a naturally very anxious person, but like the feeling of being watched is for me at least, it's a completely different feeling.
Yeah, same with me. It's like, I don't know, you feel the eyes burning?
Yeah,
I don't know how to...
I can like feel it on, like it feels like a heat on the back of your neck, almost.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin, real quick, I got to interrupt with this. You said Sierra Mist. Does everyone remember from, I believe it was 2016 to 2018, where Sierra Mist went to Miss Twist without an I and Twist, and then it went back to Sierra Mist?
Was it? I thought that was a completely different thing.
Remember. Yeah.
No, I'm fucking, yeah. Look it up.
I remember. That's some deep lore right there. But no,
That's wild.
I do remember that.
I used to call it Misty Twisty. I didn't know that was Sierra Mist.
I didn't either.
Pretty sure it could have been slightly different, but they canceled Sierra Mist and made Miss Twist for 2 years and went back to...
Now that I think about it,
I'm pretty sure it was just the name.
Nowhere Salesman.
Oh,
no, it was
okay.
definitely a different recipe. 100% it was a different recipe. I know that much.
Okay. Okay.
It was like, I obviously wasn't alive for it, but like in the 80s or 90s or something, they made new Coke or whatever and changed the recipe, and everyone was like, fuck that shit, and they changed the recipe back.
Oh, shit. Do you think they... Oh, hold on. They changed the recipe back. Do you think they just got us over with Miss Twist? And they're like, oh, a little bit shittier and cheaper Sierra Mist.
Yeah, no. And then they're like, all right, we'll change it back. But they didn't change anything back, you know?
Yeah.
That's,
It's just all psychological,
yeah,
dude.
They
It's
just,
a fucking logo!
they fucking got us over
corporations!
and
The corporations, goddammit.
Wait,
Sorry, I
Dan,
banged
did
on my
you have
desk. I don't know if
anything?
that was loud.
Oh, it's fine.
I didn't even hear it.
Did you have anything weird happen at your old apartment? Or was it just me?
Anything weird?
I know that fucking apartment on Corwin had some weird shit.
Yeah. That shit was nuts. No, my old apartment, I just played Call of Duty for like 17 hours a day and then door dashed for like 3 of the hours of the day and then slept for like 4 hours of the day.
Then
That was basically my whole life there.
maybe it just liked my energy.
Yeah.
My only, like, sober, paranormal, supernatural experience was I was staying the night at a friend's house in, like, elementary school probably, and there was, like, a humanoid shadow on the wall without a person to, like, account for it. And I was, like, looking at it like, what?
Oh. I don't like shadow figures.
And I don't remember exactly where it went from there, but that's what I remember.
No thank you. No thank you to shadow people.
James.
Yes.
They never mean anything good.
This isn't paranormal, but I want to ask if you remember this.
Okay. Was it the last time I saw you, or what are you gonna... Okay, sorry, go on.
Number one homeboy.
His birthday party, where our sole intention was to smoke as much
Tobacco.
as possible, and we're out in the camper the whole night. Do you remember that?
Of course, yeah. That was like a core memory for me.
You were... Okay, this isn't the paranormal part, but I remember like everyone was super,
Really relaxed.
and then we're just like, "Where's James at?" And we turn around and James is face down on the ground, just fucking super
Relaxed.
like passed out on the fucking floor.
What can I say?
Anyways, do you remember that at that same party, we were like out in the front yard and like a car veered into
Homeboy.
his yard? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Oh shit, this is fucking me up. I kind of like it sounds familiar, but I don't have a memory of it really.
Okay, so this white car veered into
Homeboy.
this front yard, like fully into the front yard, and like we were all super
Relaxed.
like, what the hell's going on? And then we hear a feminine person on the inside, like,
Oh my god.
like banging on the window and screaming, and we're all like, what the hell is going on right now? And we started running towards the car because we thought they had like wrecked and something bad had happened. And then the car just like floors it, like digs ruts in the front yard and just takes off down the road. And we were all like, should we call the police right now?
Jesus Christ.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I don't think so. No, like I don't know, like it sounded the first part sounded familiar, but I feel like I would have been more like concerned enough to remember that story if I fucking like had awareness of it. That sounds pretty fucking crazy.
I will
She's okay.
I will say immediately after it happened, we're like, well, I guess the only thing we can do about it is smoke more.
Tobacco.
And then we like went back in the camper and smoked more.
That's
Tobacco.
fucked up. I'd take yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, we could, I'll admit, we could have done more. We could have done more for that poor young girl. But like, I just
oh my
like,
god, this is I guess it makes sense if I was super
Relaxed.
and face down on the floor, but no, I don't really remember
Yeah.
that, and this is kind of fucking me up. Oh my god. Holy shit.
I went to that guy's house one time. His dad is
oh,
hilarious.
dude, Pat,
Mm-hmm.
I love his dad. Yeah, Pat's awesome.
he looks like Mick Jagger, and he hates when you tell him that.
I was over there one time. We were like really young, and he kept calling his brother gay, and then his dad came up and just went, "Son, why do you keep calling him gay?" He was just so concerned, like the look on his face, like he truly like cared about him like that. Like he just looks so like concerned.
Dude, every time I would go to
Homeboy.
his house, like we would be obviously about to smoke,
Tobacco.
and then Pat would just be like, "You boys going out to the front yard?" And we'd be like, "Yeah, we're gonna play some football catch. We're gonna play catch football." He'd be like, "Oh, you're gonna play some catch football, huh?" I fucking love that guy.
I love Pat, and I love
Homeboy.
shout out.
Homeboy.
Don't want to have him on here if he's
Dude,
down.
I
He's
haven't-
cool as fuck. He's a
I haven't
best
seen
friend
him
of
in
mine that's always
years.
been there for me. So shout out.
Homeboy.
Same
I
here.
don't think he listens to this, but I love you.
Shout out
Homeboy.
one of the greatest men to ever exist. I haven't seen him in forever, but I love him to death.
We played Madden together one time, and I returned a kickoff back for a touchdown, and then he just turned off the PlayStation and went, "No," and then walked out of the room.
I've watched
Homeboy.
get banned off of Rocket League in real time.
That's awesome.
I remember one time he got banned for saying the word Punjabi. Like that's
Holy shit.
that's all the message said. Like he got scored on, and he just said Punjabi and got banned.
I want to go back to Ghost for just a second. I
Oh.
just remembered something. I'll be right back. I want to let you guys in on this little wormhole I found.
I'll be right back
Okay.
too.
Oh, I'll be right back too.
Well, I've got two things. Real quick. I've got
Oh, this is the wormhole.
or rabbit hole. I don't know if I said wormhole.
But,
But
wormhole's cooler. It's all good.
yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's take a step down the wormhole, everybody. This is 3 different series of the science fiction analog science fact. I think I fucked it up. Maybe it's analog science fiction science fact. I think that's the title. I've got 3 like booklets, like
Ooh.
book magazine kind
L-
of things.
let me put
One
you
from
Let me put you full screen real quick. Oh, there we go. Those look sick as fuck.
December 19.
Oh my god, I didn't even know Sid had a camera. What the hell? Full screen's
Yeah.
the way to go.
May 1985 and October 1980.
Those are so sick. What the
Wait,
hell?
are those the L.
Those
Ron
are
Hubbard
really
joints?
cool.
No, but it's the tie-in connection between the three of them is an interesting person named, I was about to say Donald Glover. Jesus.
Leah Remini.
Yeah, Rimini.
Dr. Donald G. Carpenter.
Mm.
Okay, it's one
Donald
of
J.
the...
Trump.
Oh, God.
Yes. These are some of his early sci-fi works. In each one of these, I don't know. It's like a magazine, but it's thick like a book. So I don't really know what to call them.
Yeah, a graphic novel?
It's not graphic, though. It's like text, mostly.
It barely has any curse words in it.
It's like it's very safe for work. Yeah. It's not that graphic, so I wouldn't say that. In each of these, Donald Carpenter has an article. Major Donald Carpenter is also cited on like Bob Lazar's like S4 paper that he said he saw. He's like listed as one of the like contributors, and he also wrote an article for each of these three science fiction, science fact magazines. He also wrote the book The Treacherous Time Machine under the pseudonym Merlin Mesmer Merlino.
Wow.
I've got that too. This took some eBay scouring, but I got all of the ones that I was looking for.
That's really
And
cool.
he was like a major for the U.S. Air Force, and seemed to be working on UFO projects. And the different articles that he wrote, one was The Physics of Haunting, like talking about like the physics of like a ghost and how like you lose mass when you die, like despite no physical changes. And I'm flipping through here for his other one.
I'm reading Chainsaw Man. It's really good. But honestly, sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I should read this at work because he's like touching boobies. And I'm like, if someone sees this, they might be like, what the fuck?
So that we would say is graphic and is not safe for work.
I just realized my mic's been muted for a minute. I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay.
Well, hey, welcome back.
I was making all kinds of zingers.
Oh shit.
I was like, damn, nobody's liking my jokes tonight. Then I realized, oh shit, I'm muted right now.
The void liked your jokes, I'm sure. Okay, I'll just lay this out real quick because I can't find the articles flipping through it for some reason. I know they're in here, obviously, because I bought them and I've read them. But, okay, this one is Biological Aging Inevitable? By Major Donald G. Carpenter and Captain John E. Roble. Both U.S. Air Force in Colorado Springs. Both, writers for Bob Lazar's like UFO paper that he said was real, or like those names are real. I've looked them up and like seen them like in like pictures together. And then this book, The Treacherous Time Machine, is a fiction, but I read like
you mean a
partway through
faction? Faction.
Yeah, but what Bob Lazar said was that the UFO, like the thing that powers it and drives it, is instead of somehow propelling the craft like through space with a fuel or something like a rocket or a propeller, to like create like a drift of higher pressure behind it. He said that the machine that he studied used gravity to create a lower pocket in front of the shape of the device so that like you can move faster than like you're just cutting through space if you're using gravity. So you don't have to go as slow as time or like as slow as light. Like
that's crazy. That is crazy talk.
So you could be anywhere at any moment Like you could go like you could use that to like navigate time even. Like
I'm literally on the
if
edge of my seat right now.
if you had that, you could live forever. In one of these books, in the fiction book, his kids discover his machine in his basement and go back in time to like this castle and go on a little quest. One of the articles was, "Is biological aging inevitable?" One was "The physics of haunting," and I didn't find the third one.
Don't let me forget, I had a theory about eBay scouring. Don't let me forget that. All right.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, I want to hear that. I think he had a letter to the editor in this one, now that I'm thinking of it. Here's Robert. Oh, Colson. Never mind.
Here's Robert.
I was thinking of Fight Club. In one of the other episodes, I don't remember. I said Robert Paulson, and I can't I was talking about Robert... I can't remember it now. Jesus, that UFO story we were talking about, Sydney?
Oh yeah. I remember
Yeah.
that. His name
Patterson,
was Robert
maybe?
Paulson.
No, that's the Air Force Base. I can't remember. Whatever.
Do you guys remember who Wright Patterson is?
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
They made the airplane. They made the first airplane.
I think it was
His name was Wright, and his brother's name was Patterson.
I think it was Wright Orville Redenbacher popcorn plane.
Let's go.
I found the article I was looking for.
Are you drinking that big gulp? Where the fuck did you get that cup at?
I got it at Sam's Meats Deli, Grill and Catering. Shout out. I worked there for like 5 or 6 years.
Dude, I tried to work
Nice.
there. It seemed like a sweet gig.
I mean, I like the people that ran it and stuff. Like, I like the family and the coworkers that usually, but a lot of the customers are just like kind of better off people, but still like Wilmington level. They live in Wilmington, so it's like bitchy old people. Yeah, I don't miss that. I don't really miss that job, but like, if it was cooler customers, it would have been really nice. But
They're like acting like they're ordering A5 Wagyu, but it's just like ground chuck. They're like, I need this yesterday. Like that kind of shit.
one good thing though, they have me do like kind of like some maintenance stuff. Like I'll work on like the fans and like exhaust vents and stuff like coming through the ceiling. And last time I was like there, I might not have even been doing that. I might have just been there as a customer. But I was waiting in line, and this dude was like waiting by the counter, and all the all the people working were busy like helping other customers, and he was like, "I'm waiting over here." Like, so bitchy, pissed me off so
Like a
much.
cartoon.
But like, I no longer work there, so I'm like also in line with him, dude. And I'm like, dude, everyone's busy. And like, it felt so good because I could never do that. Like when I was on the other side of the counter.
Dude,
That's awesome,
I
bro.
can only
And he-
imagine.
That's a feel good story of the year right there. That's the shit I like.
All right, so tell us about this article, James.
Yeah, I found the article. I don't know if that's actually worth reading. Maybe I should read something else. That was like literally like a letter to the editor of being like, oh yeah, like I said this now, and like someone else had like further research. It didn't really like change anything, but like.
By the way, sorry if you guys keep hearing me tap on my mic. I mute it whenever I hit my vape or take a drink, so I tap to make sure that it's working. So
Yeah,
sorry,
you're happy
sorry if
to
you guys
I don't hear
hear
it
it
at all.
Fat
Yeah,
rips
sick.
in.
I
We
think
want to
maybe
hear
Discord
it.
cuts it out. Yeah, hear him hit his vape.
Yeah, we want those fat rips.
Oh, okay, here we go. You guys hear
You guys
that?
wanna?
You guys
There
hear
we
that?
go. Yeah.
It was like a wave rushing over me. It was invigorating.
Dude, I don't want to brag, all right? I'm trying to quit nicotine. I've made my way down from 55 milligrams down to 12. Let's go.
Nice.
Next step is 6.
I don't
That's a
know
good
if this will be
goal.
helpful to you. You're vaping right now?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say I've got an extra box of Lucy, and like I don't know
LSD?
No, not LSD. It's not a box of LSD. At least
That would be
not
kind of
this one.
tight. Yeah.
Lucy, who I found through like sponsoring podcasts. So shout out, let's get our foot in there, Lucy.
Let's get that sponsorship.
Let's go.
Yeah. Anyway, Austin, I don't know. I got like, they ship I think I did every 2 weeks, but I've got like an extra box of like 18 packs of gum or something. There's like some 3 milligram cinnamon and some 6 milligram spearmint.
I've really wanted to try the gum, but you can't get it without a prescription anymore. So that's tight as fuck.
Wait, for nicotine? What the fuck?
Nicotine gum, yeah, you pretty much have to get it. Like, all the good shit they took off the over-the-counter.
Dang,
well,
I
I don't
didn't know
know. I've
that.
had this on subscription, and it keeps showing up every 2 weeks.
Well, I'm talking about in the store. Like, if you go to Walmart
Yeah.
and ask for nicotine gum, they're like, "Where's your prescription, idiot?"
What in the fuck?
Yeah.
Idiot.
What in the
They-
hell? What?
they
Why?
act
You
the
fucking
idiot.
gay faggot bitch asshole fucker. Like,
Who the fuck
I'm
do you
gay,
think you
so I can say
you are
faggot.
trying to get that fucking gum?
they're like, "You want to chew gum that gets you high? You fucking degenerate asshole piece of shit."
Get the fuck out of my store.
Look at him over there. I bet he's sitting there buzzing.
They're like, "This kid's got a mullet. We can't trust anything he says."
I
You
bet
want-
he's sitting there
Kid's a
feeling
Nick
satiated
fiend.
temporarily.
I bet this kid is fucking. He's got lockjaw out the wazoo right now.
Y'all want to hear me hit a nicotine pouch?
Oh, hell yeah.
A pouch, bro, dude.
Not even dip. It's just like some weird synthetic shit. Probably.
Yeah, I know. I
Just
know the
nicotine.
pouches.
It's like It's like the tobacco version of K2 Spice.
Yeah, probably, yes. That's what I'm on. I'm feeling crazy. I'm feeling a little bit wild and kooky.
Hey, wait, is that a Sam Hyde reference?
A little bit, yeah. You
Hey,
want to
the-
talk about Sam Hyde? Holy shit, he was on Painkiller already the other day. We
Hey,
were
these
talking about them
these
earlier.
goobas?
Can I
I
say
love
something
these
about
goobas.
Sam Hyde? Sam Hyde has one of the greatest quotes of all time, and it was on the 7th day God created the earth or whatever, and then he said on the 8th day God created the Polaris slingshot, and that is one of my favorite quotes of all time.
I think my favorite video is probably Goobers.
Yeah, dude, the goobers
Or
is such a...
Goobas, I don't know what the title is.
Have
but
you
he's
seen
like,
where somebody changed that into a silent film?
no.
Like it shows like clips of him. It's like the clips of the original video. It'll show him lifting up the goobers, and then there's like a title card that says like, "Hey, these goobas?" ? Like, it's so funny, bro.
He's also got, have you, either of you or anyone heard Load Up the Thing, or Load Up the Ting?
I have
His,
not.
like, jungle R&B, like he just like raps for a little bit on his podcast, and there's like clips of it on YouTube, but it actually goes pretty fucking hard, so check him out.
Interesting. Have you seen the iDubbbz documentary about
Yeah,
Sam
dude.
Oh,
Hyde?
yes.
I wish
Yes,
it wasn't
yes.
racist, because the documentary was so good, but like it really does to show how much of a piece of shit Sam Hyde is.
Yeah.
Because he was like one of my inspirations for comedy, and then you should like, oh, he donated to the Daily Stormer, and you're like, I don't know if I can get behind that, you know?
Yeah. And he had that epic Polaris slingshot quote.
He did.
That's
He
sad.
did.
Well, he's got a lot of epic quotes, yeah. I
Dude.
still, like, I'd say I'm a fan of him still. Like, I'm not like, I don't know.
I'm
Like,
not
I don't
one to
ne-
cancel.
I don't necessarily cancel with the crowd, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
Well, and yeah, like, and also a lot of people like, okay, a bit can go too far, but I feel like a lot of people don't realize that like literally everything he does, everything down to the molecule he does is a bit. Every single fucking thing.
you gotta watch the, like, I don't know if you've heard of it, Austin. Deanna and I were talking about it earlier. I think maybe while you were finding your headphones, so I don't know if you heard. But Painkiller already.
I have not.
It's one of Alex's favorite podcasts, and that's how I like got introduced to it, because he's watched them forever. They used to be like Call of Duty players, but one of it's two other guys and Kyle, who was FPS Russia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and a whole shit ton of stuff's happened. Like, the other guy ran Woodycraft, the Minecraft server. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but it was pretty huge. So we got FPS Russia, Woody Craft, and then the third guy is actually the funniest. So it's kind of chaotic, but I like that podcast a lot.
Mm-hmm. I'll check it out for sure.
Anyways, episode 600 just the other day, and they had Sam Hyde on, and they like kind of teased like a special guest, and I was like, no, they didn't, because Harley Morenstein's one of their friends.
Yeah.
And he had like talked a little bit about like being able to train with Sam and stuff, but like he wasn't talking about it much
the
before
Epic
his, like he made
Mealtime
his
guy?
video.
Did you guys?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys watch Creator Clash? By the way,
I only saw
did.
clips. It was on my birthday, and that's what I asked for, but we like kind of forgot about it, and then it was like, oh, wait, yeah, wasn't Creator Clash today? It's like, oh yeah.
Damn,
I
James.
paid for it, and it was incredible. Anyways,
I
keep
paid for
going.
it. Yeah, I paid for it too. I don't remember 2/3 of that night, but yes.
I
did pay for it.
mainly got it
I got
for.
so drunk.
I got it for Super Mega, Matt and Ryan, and then I
Yep.
got it for Aaron Hansen and iDubbbz. That was the reason I got it.
Excuse me, where was Michael Reeves on that list?
I love
Michael Reeves.
I love Michael
Sorry.
Reeves. His fight was fucking incredible. I'm just not like I don't follow Michael Reeves enough to like have an emotional,
God.
you know.
Michael Reeves is
His
who I followed the most
content-
out of any of the people there,
His
like besides
content
iDubbbz.
is so
Does
good.
anyone here watch Super Mega?
Yes. Every
Dude,
day, bro. I fucking
Ry-
love Super Mega.
Dude, Ryan's fight had me almost in tears because I was like, he got knocked out. He was bleeding. Like, he was fucking, and everyone started chanting The Iron Giant, which is his favorite movie.
Yeah.
Fucking Superman. And he was like,
It's probably
was-
my favorite movie.
dude, it was round for round, these fucking heavyweights battling it out. It was so emotional. It was such a
Yeah.
good fight. It was such a good fight.
I paid to see AB from the H3 podcast. That was my
Okay, yeah,
one I
that
was
was
most
good.
excited for. And then he came out to fucking Lose Yourself by Eminem because he's from Detroit and he was wearing the Teddy Fresh robe. And I was like, oh my God, let's
That went
fucking
hard.
go.
That went hard. It went hard.
Did you like that video I sent you the other day of that license plate
What license plate?
on that truck?
It's a family. Yeah, she saw a vanity plate said family, and she sent me a Snapchat video of her going family, family, family,
Family,
family.
Dude, I saw a license plate the other day. It was on a truck, and the license plate just said truck. And I was in my car laughing my ass off.
Let's go.
I saw a Volkswagen ID4 today, which is like a kind of new Volkswagen
Oh,
car.
dude.
that, like,
That's incredible. I haven't seen one of those in person yet. That's awesome.
I've seen a couple actually. I work a lot in Cincinnati, so it's kind of like more rich than I would see if I just worked where I lived.
Right, in fucking Clarksville. Yeah. Do you
Close
still
enough, yeah.
do you still stay in Clarksville? I don't
no,
know if
it's it's a town that starts with a
Space
and ends with a.
time.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't know if that could go on the podcast. Can I tell you guys my fucking eBay scouring theory?
Real quick about Creator Clash.
Oh, yeah,
I just
go
wanna
for
say, okay, Minx beat the fuck out of that girl.
Yep.
Minx
That was brutal.
doing fucking
Okay.
haymakers, dude.
Yeah, she's a psycho.
And
I love it.
also, I was most invested in Harley, and that was amazing. And third, I saw Dad on the H3 podcast and was kind of like interested in him, and he also fucking went ham on that dude.
Dude,
and
28
that round
seconds.
was
28
Yeah.
seconds he beat Matt
Yeah.
Watson.
He set
Or
a
was
world
it
record.
18? Yeah.
I was gonna say it was either 17 or 27. I had a different digit on the end, but somewhere around there. That's an idea. Just less than 30 seconds. We'll say that.
Right.
He had the fastest knockout in a content creator boxing event.
It was
Ever.
insane. I was rooting for Matt so hard, and
Me
then
too.
I was watching it in real time, and I was just like, oh, and then it was over.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Austin, before you say what you were going to say about eBay, I want to get this just snippet of an article out real quick so you
Okay.
can get the vibe Donald Carpenter's on. To isolate the type of ghost entity of interest, let's make some intuitive yet simple assumptions. Let's assume 1. All known physical laws apply. No magic allowed. 2. The standard nighttime ghost, the
Fuck
poltergeist,
magic.
and the soul are all different manifestations of the same entity. Open parentheses, there may be ghosts that are not souls, and there may be souls that are not ghosts.
Fair
the only
enough.
type of ghost in which we are interested here is that which is a soul, close parentheses. Each ghost entity has essentially the same fundamental characteristics as every other ghost entity of the same type. 4. At any given instant, the ghost occupies a limited volume of 0.07 cubic meters, the approximate volume of a 70-kilogram human.
Bro, I took AP Physics. I don't know anything about that. That last part lost me.
Now let us find out whether or not we have assumed our way into a null class. A. Standard nighttime ghost. I'm going to stop there, but yeah, there's some content here. I could read it at some point if anyone ever gets interested in Donald Carpenter.
I would love to hear more about that for sure.
I like
Yeah.
the
That was-
standard nighttime ghost. That's
I mean, like
No
my
magic allowed.
description.
my philosophy on ghosts is that like, yeah, ghosts are real, but that was like a way more scientifical approach to it.
And the other one about stopping like the aging of cells is also pretty crazy. We'll read through that sometime. But sorry, what were you gonna say about scouring on eBay?
Okay, so I was listening. I don't remember which episode it was. I think it might have been like the download
It was
special.
2 episodes ago, yes, but we haven't released the episode in between that one and this one.
So as of the recording of this podcast, it's the most recent podcast.
That's correct.
You guys were talking about like how there were like rare goldfish and Oreos on eBay, and I have a theory: money laundering.
What?
So people,
the ones that are like, you're probably right about the ones that are super expensive. If they sell.
so it's like
I'm not
it's
sure.
like this goldfish has 46 cocks. We're gonna sell it for $3 billion, and so rich people have to spend money on paper to like get tax deductions, things like that. I'm obviously not a financial advisor. Let's get that straight out of the way. But
What are you talking about? Yes, you are. Don't lie.
I mean, I took personal finance with Mr. Dwayne Early at Clinton Massey, year 2014. So, I mean, I'm basically a professor in financial advisory.
Yes, exactly.
Real quick, I'm so sorry, Austin.
Go.
Dion, we had that class together with Mr. Nelson, right? And Gage, the one dude, like assaulted the teacher while we were in there.
Yeah. Somebody fought our personal finance teacher, and
Dude,
the cop had to come get him.
That's the thing.
Just wanted to make sure I was remembering that, right?
Dude.
Okay, sorry, Austin. Carry on.
No, that's happened more than once because Dwayne Early, my personal finance teacher, got assaulted by here, a person with the initials DS. It rhymes with Blamey and Blith. Was in a personal finance class, and the teacher was Blister Beglara, and a kid named Bloody Beclaw turned around and looked at Blady and Blith and was like, just looking at him, and Blady and Blith goes, "What are you looking at?" And Bloody Beclaw goes, "Something ugly," and they start fighting, and Blister Beclaw tried to break them up, and Blamey and Blith literally punched Blister Beclaw in the face. So like,
Holy shit.
I applaud your commitment to the blitz.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
it wasn't easy. It really wasn't easy. I almost gave up about halfway through. Anyways, so like the personal finance teachers at Clinton Massey, it's a hard knock life for them for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so,
mean-
but
I went to a different high school, but one time we literally
lucky.
were late to class.
Yeah, for real.
No, I didn't go anywhere better. I went to Waynesville.
Waynesville is marginally better than Clinton Massey. Let's be real. I mean,
No.
Blit and Blast.
Blink and Blackie.
My
Blint-
principal,
Clit and Assy.
I won't say his name, but my principal had party plates.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
I don't
What
know.
does that
I don't
mean,
know what
Park?
that is.
So if you get like 3 DUIs or more.
I
you
know
get,
exactly.
Like,
Oh my
yellow
God.
The
plates.
yellow
Jesus.
place with the red
Yes.
Okay, I didn't even think that's okay.
Yeah.
I got
party plates. That's hilarious.
And then there's this one time that we were late to class and our principal was literally with us, but we were all surrounded in like the lobby in front of the main doors, and the special ed kid got into a dance battle with another kid, and we were all surrounded there, and our principal was there just watching it too and didn't care that we weren't going to class. We were just watching this dance battle in the middle of our lobby.
That's
That's
awesome.
so
pretty
badass.
awesome.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
and
real quick. I'm sorry, Austin. Before we get too far away from eBay,
is that
the other
is that
guys
a
have
whale?
Seen this?
Is that a whale or is that a
It's-
goldfish?
It's
Nah.
like it's two and like two halves of a goldfish like connected. It's one of the listings we talked about
That
in the
is
episode you're talking
incre-
about.
I can't explain the joy I'm feeling in my chest right now that you actually
Should
got
I?
one.
Dude, every time
I
we talk
just-
about
Yes, I love
something,
it.
James goes out and gets the history.
That's
Like,
because James a
we-
fucking good content creator. All right, let's all give
Wait.
a round of applause for James real quick.
Oh yeah,
Thank
I
you,
agree.
thank
Yes.
He does everything. He edits the podcast.
Thank you. And none of that came through. It was like silent.
Oh no,
All right, on-
you do an amazing job.
All right, thank you.
Anyways,
Wait, could I tell one more high school story? I just have a lot of crazy shit that happened at Waynesville.
as long as I can tell my fucking YouTube, eBay theory.
Yeah,
We're all
I
good.
just wanted to say, RAD, he went to his bachelor party at Cheeks, and on his way back from Cheeks, he got like pulled over and got a DUI, and in the dash cam, like
The cop
got
dash cam or
access-
the
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, we found it. It circulated through my school, like everyone was watching it, and he walked down the hall and would be like, oh shit. But he just was like, do you know who I am? I'm the AD of Waynesville. I'm the
Oh my
head football
God.
coach. Just like going on about this, like Waynesville's some good school that he should know of.
That's so fucking funny.
The cop was just like, "Okay, cool. You have
Do
the
you know
right to
who I
remain
am?"
silent."
He's like, okay.
I'm general manager at Smith's Plumbing.
And they go, "Oh shit, my bad. So sorry, so sorry."
He's like,
Like you're the
that's
Thane
cool.
of Whiterun.
That's cool.
I'm the Thane of Whiterun.
Yeah, that was just a wild thing.
Okay, so these fucking goldfish, goddammit,
My
they're
bad.
they're listed at fucking like $1,000 a piece. You know?
That's how much James paid for that one.
Yeah, James paid literally $1 billion.
I got money to blow.
Jillian.
It's no object to me.
James is like, I'll literally pay for someone to die. I don't care. So businesses have to have expenses, and I know this because last year when I did my taxes, they were like, "Hey, you can have, even if you're in a band, you can get business expenses on your taxes." And I was like, "All right, sick."
I did that when I was on DoorDash, or when I DoorDashed.
Yeah, and I was like,
Austin, you're making me think.
and I was like, I'm in a band. I play guitar in a band. And they were like, how much did you spend on your band? And I was like, well, probably about $1,700. Like, I bought an amp, I bought a guitar, blah, 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 blah. And they were like, how much did you make? And I was like, I mean, $0. And they were like, well, then you can't deduct that, you fucking idiot. And I was like, all right, I'll take that. I'll take it. Anyways.
I'll take the L.
So you have to spend money to make money, you know?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
never mind then. I was thinking, can I write off my mic?
No.
Write off, like, my...
Unless you make,
the goldfish?
unless-
My $10,000 goldfish?
unless you made money, unfortunately, no, you cannot. But so I think that the expensive goldfish and Oreos are a track for money laundering because you can sell a regular Oreo for $2,000 on eBay, and you can list that as a deduction on your taxes, and you can say, I spent
It was a business Oreo.
Yeah, I could say I spent $4,000 on this Oreo, but I made $400 on this Oreo. You know, I think it's because and that's the thing. You'd be like,
sounds like the stock market.
yeah, and you could be like, okay, so you spend $400 on an Oreo, but as a gift, they send you $8,000 worth of drugs with that Oreo, but it's not on the receipt. You know, as long as you have the receipt for the $400 Oreo, it all works on paper, and that's my theory that all these quote unquote ridiculous Goldfish and Oreos get bought on eBay all day long. You send something as a gift, which is the actual price that you're spending on that object. You know? Does that make
makes
sense?
You guys heard of those,
do
those
you follow?
boxes?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Right, yeah.
It reminds me of, has anyone seen the show Archer?
I have not, but I know it's Bob Belcher.
Yeah, it's really good. I really recommend it. I really, really like it. But one of the characters is talking about like looking for a front for money laundering. And I just never thought about it. Like, it's only cash businesses. So, like, laundry
Mattress
mats are really
stores.
good because it's only cash and shit like that. I was like, damn, I never thought it was like...
Dude,
thought about that.
The business I work for, we work for a moving company and we only take cash. And
Ooh.
okay, there's only 4 people that work for the business. It's the 3 of us that go on the moves.
Sussy.
It is kind of sus.
Money
all right?
laundering.
It's the 3 of us that go out on the moves, and then we have our owner. And when we first started working together, I was like, it's cash only, and there's like blah 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 blah. I was like, this is definitely money laundering. And then I realized that like we spend $200 on gas a week, and it's like $300 per employee a day. And I was like, we can't afford to money launder. But like other fucking cash only businesses, for sure money laundering. For sure. Like casinos, definitely money laundering. Laundromats, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Some bars, for sure. Like, whenever I go to a bar and it's cash only, I'm like, money laundering. For sure.
And it's like empty.
Yeah, and that's like, they're like, and they charge like $24 for fucking Captain and Coke. I'm like, I'm committing a crime right now, for sure.
I'm writing.
Okay, have you guys heard of those boxes you can get from Amazon that are like the return stuff that you can get like a whole shit, like a bunch of stuff for like cheaper, like pretty cheap because it's like just random stuff and you don't know what you're getting?
Yes.
I actually, like a girl I watch on YouTube bought one of those boxes.
All right, so keep that in mind, and also keep in mind the drug trafficking and money laundering Oreos. And we'll have to keep that in mind. We'll have to know whether it's a money laundering Oreo or a drug trafficking Oreo.
Yeah.
But you guys want to pull in for like a $23,000 Oreo and see what comes in the mail?
Hey, let's just see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what we get.
They're like, wait, this isn't who arranged to buy this. Who the fuck is this dude?
Well, and part of the reason I believe that it's a money laundering thing is because like Wayfair, the furniture company, would sell like a shelf for $40, and they would sell the same shelf for like $6,000.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, if you get this one, it's a money laundering thing. Like you get something else with that shelf.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Wayfair that... I could be wrong here, and I'm talking conspiracy theories with
the
probably
human
no basis
trafficking.
in reality. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Dude,
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's
That shit
exactly
was
what
wild.
Was that Wayfair?
Yes, it was Wayfair.
Yeah.
And I like to think I'm a pretty logical person, but that all signs pointed towards human trafficking. Because they'd be like, this one's named this $40 shelf plus Olivia. And we're like, oh, what's Olivia mean? It means you're getting a person named Olivia, dog.
That's a little bit sus to me.
It's sussy, bro. Sussy vodka.
Okay.
It's a little sus.
Well, okay, I guess real quick, we'll run through this. I had this list that I was going to ask everyone what we thought of each. Austin, I know you experienced ghosts, and we already talked about what you thought of it, so I'm going to pass up on that.
I love ghosts.
I guess, actually, we all kind of covered that one in the last episode. I don't know if actually how much I said. I kind of understand. I don't know. I've always been a materialist. I've always considered myself scientific until I tried psychedelics, and I understood that there was more going on than I thought, and there's that's why I fell in love with plants. It's so interesting to watch different creatures grow. It's changed a lot of things, but
About plants. I'm so sorry, James. But this is just the coolest thing. Do you know that plants talk to each other in the forest?
Are you talking about mycelium connecting different types of roots throughout a forest?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That shit's so
mushrooms
interesting.
are also crazy.
Yeah. Sorry. Keep going.
You're good. You're gonna regret it if you get me started on
I'm
plants.
sorry. I won't talk anymore. I could talk about plants too.
What the fuck was... Oh, yeah, anyway, that led to me studying psychology, biology, physics. I'm trying to understand, the general gist of as many general subjects to, know mostly true, general truth about, the state of reality. And I try to, invest myself in different subjects to, I don't know. If you can even if you find one person who's only invested in they're expert of one subject, they're also a dick because they think they're awesome. Also, I think you're making yourself just a better person if you're understanding more a wider spectrum.
See,
you know?
Me personally, I think I'm a better person because my dick is awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you'll have people like that. You'll have people with awesome dicks. But I was saying that through psychology and I guess spirit. I bumped my mic. I don't know if that came through. Through psychology and spiritualism, I guess you would say, and I don't know. It relates to magic or Wicca to Sydney, or I don't know. It's also it all kind of there's a lot of things alluding to the same subject, and I personally like Hermeticism and kind of alchemy the most.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I was gonna say that I genuinely believe there's a almost Platonic world of ideas behind this world, and I don't even really think I believe in the physical world. As fucking crazy as that sounds, I think it's more of just the experience instead of yeah, there's different viewpoints and we can all look at the same thing and agree upon the physical world, but I think it is more the experience than there is anything there. I kind of think all conscious viewpoints to describe that physical world are the same thing, looking kind of at itself through different windows. I don't know how deep
if I understand you correctly, I agree completely, where it's the physical world is just the bare surface of it and there's something beneath it, but we can all agree as much as we want about the physical world, and we can all think we go as deep as it does, but there's still, even at the deepest level that we can comprehend, there's something underneath. I
don't know. Yeah, I get
what
what
are we
you're
talking
saying.
about the
say
same
what you
thing?
were gonna say, Sydney. Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's so weird when you I don't know if you guys have experienced deja vu, kind of with your past lives.
Oh yeah.
Or just I don't know, when I met Dion and started talking to Dion, I was holy shit. I know this person. I've been with them in my past lives. I don't know. I just immediately felt comfortable with him, and we didn't even know each other that well. And I was just I know this person immediately. It was just a weird feeling. And like when I look at my mom, I'm like, we've definitely been with each other like in every past life. Like I know you so well. I don't know. I just get those weird feelings.
My experience is different. Where like, I hate to bring psychedelics into a talk about experiencing a different reality, but like, there are times.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
let's go.
There are times where like, me and a certain amount of people will be all on psychedelics together, and like something will happen, something inconsequential will happen, and everyone will react in what seems to be an overreaction. Maybe not even everyone. Maybe just a couple people will, quote unquote, overreact, and like we'll try to talk about it, and we can agree that what we both experienced was on a primal level, and we can talk about that primal level as much as we want, but underneath there's a like, I don't know, a certain understanding that people don't know how to put into words. And I feel like no matter how much people talk about a certain thing, there's like a thing inside each person that you don't know how to express, and I don't know how to express it right now, if that makes
There's
sense.
a truth you can only describe.
You can only feel
so closely with words.
You can only feel individually, and both of you will know that exact feeling. And no matter how much you try to describe that to each other, it doesn't work because you just feel it. You know.
This is just a quick aside, but beta carbolines. I'm talking about harmaline and harmine and stuff.
I don't do anything beta, dude. Only alpha.
It's not itself a drug. Essentially, it's a monooxidase inhibitor, and it's like half of ayahuasca, and I guess ayahuasca might be some kind of different beta carboline. But anyway, I'm thinking of like harmine. It's called harmine. It was originally called telepathine because the scientists who were studying it in the 50s were like, "What the fuck? You can like telepathically communicate when you do it."
Oh.
Wow.
Damn.
But that is the one that like stops your stomach from breaking down dimethyltryptamine, so that you have an ayahuasca experience. If you just took the dimethyltryptamine part, it like wouldn't work.
Dude, my wife's uncle has done like 3 or 4 ayahuasca trips.
Oh gosh.
And like every time comes back a different person, like a better person, I will say. But like they've like traveled the country, the world to do ayahuasca trips, and now he is training to like host his own ayahuasca trips, and like
lead people. Like
like basically he's training to be a shaman, and it's fucking. And the shit he's told me about his ayahuasca trips, it's like he tries to explain it in words, and it just doesn't translate the way that he experienced it, you know? Ayahuasca's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop in real quick. I've had an experience with the plants welcome me that like spurred my plant like insanity over the past like 3 years. I've had an experience like similar to like that, where it's like, well, you kind of understand this now. You can help like other people. And that's also like a lens I view through, like I view what I was talking about earlier of like trying to understand most of like a lot of topics, or like understand like the general truth of like a lot of things to get closer to the basic, like the one truth, you know what I'm saying?
The one truth is all I desire.
Okay, so you say you like alchemy and stuff.
Right.
So, I'm so sorry. I just watched so much anime. But, I don't know if you've heard of this, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is about alchemy. And it's about...
I've heard of Full Metal Alchemist, but I've never seen any of it.
Are you telling me the Full Metal Alchemist is about alchemy?
Yeah. But, so there's 2, but I've only watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which I've heard is the better one. It was the remake. But it's basically about, like, the truth and, like, what is God. The story is so interesting because it's, like, everything you're talking about, like, them, like, seeing the truth and, like, trying to find it, and they're like, the truth is God, and just like, it's crazy.
If we just even look at things through like a physics or like scientific point of view, like if we're like throwing the cryptids and shit, like speculative kind of things, like I don't know, like I love that shit too. But even just physics, like the raw, like analyzing raw reality and like describing it the best you can, like it's fucking insane. Like what our current like understanding of reality is, and like the debates between like different teams almost of like quantum physics like theories.
Yeah.
And they're like,
it's funny because my dad's always like, physics how the way the world works, and I'm just like, I'm more biology. I like biology. I'm like, in my mind, that's how the world works. And it's just funny because he's like,
well, biology
physics.
is just physics a few layers up.
I was just better at biology. I understood it more. I liked it more.
Can we, okay, just real quick, I touched on that just there. I want to talk about that for a second since I got fucking everybody here. Life just happened here. If we're like, we can talk about like aliens like starting us here or something, or like an omniscient God like creating life specifically on this planet. But I'm going to ignore those two for right now. Oh no, did we lose Austin? Oh, he got his camera. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right. Just that life just happened, if that's like our understanding of like evolution and physics, is that like, I don't know. Okay, well, first of all, it seems so odd that our universe is like, has like very strong like physical basic rules everywhere that we can observe so far. Mm-hmm. And that those are just happen to be perfect to like let life like spontaneously happen. Like fucking like matter is drawn like closer together through like gravity, which is still a fucking mystery of why things are like attracted. Fucking like if you break things down to like a quantum level, like everything is like an equation like describing, like it's not even like fucking anything. Like I don't understand how to process that. And also there's like layers and layers of like everything happening at once. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like that's like part of the truth that I learned. But mushrooms made me realize like what the fuck is going on. Anyway, yeah, it still boggles my mind. I love to think about it every day. What the fuck is going on? What is this? Anyway, I was just gonna say that life just happens. So, we haven't seen any life anywhere else, but like, if we're going to like really analyze things and break things down, like where do you draw the line between physics and then biology, like starting? Because like things just happened until they started reproducing themselves, like, and creating copies of themselves that could improve over time, and then that like one organism like turned into everything on this planet that's alive. That's so wild. That's like,
it's so wild to think about it, because when you're thinking about it from a biology standpoint, it was a mutation, so it was just a random fucking mess up in the genome, like the gene sequence that
and
happened.
Evolution makes no fucking sense. Like if it's just
None
like
at
random mutations that like the better mutation happens to survive because they're better suited for the environment, that we just like happen to like, I mean, Darwin got stuck on eyes, so I don't want to get stuck on eyes. But like, yeah, the eyes developed over time to like create this complex of a picture of like observing the environment. It's wild to think that like step by step, just by fucking chance over time, we got better.
I love talking about the like evolution and just like Darwin studies, because like we talked about the finches all the time, but I thought that was so fucking interesting.
That is really interesting.
How they all had different beaks on like islands right next to each other because of the different seeds, and they just mutated to fit that island. I just think that's so interesting.
Wasn't it one island and they like developed different ways to like use different like parts of the environment?
Well, it was the Galapagos Islands.
I like the turtle.
Yeah.
The fucking really old turtle. Love those dudes too.
I just want to say,
Did anyone else watch Galapagos turtles fucking in biology class in high
of
school,
course.
or was it just mine?
when my camera connected, my audio fucked up, so I'm gonna send you 2 files, James. I'm sorry,
Okay, that's fine.
but I got it connected now.
Awesome. We didn't like miss anything,
I don't think I said anything. I think
or not too much.
I think that was just when I was flexing.
But it's
Oh shit! Nobody's even recording like video, even though we all have video now.
yeah.
Like we,
Hey.
I don't know. I've talked about that. I'd have to make like a frame and stuff. For it, but-
I'm just a guest. I'm just a guest.
You're
So-
just a guest, but whatever. I wanted to say I love you, Austin. I'm so glad to like see you and talk to you again. Like it's been forever, and like we were never like super close, but you've always been like a very important friend to me.
Dude, James. Let's get this off the record. Fuck the podcast.
I was embarrassed to say. And I don't know why. Fear of vulnerability, maybe. But I've listened to a lot of podcasts. And I think this one is the best podcast in the world. I just wanted you all to know that wasting space time is what I live for.
What were we talking about before my camera started working?
Oh my god,
Bro, we never got to hear
we covered
Dion's
so much.
ghost stories. And he
Dion
has
to
some
tell
wild
ghost
ones.
stories.
Let's just go back to that.
Dion's
My
got some
bad.
wild ones.
He does. I'm excited for James to hear them.
I know about some of them. I experienced some of them in real time.
Yeah,
Dude,
he
I've-
might have been there for a couple of them, but I'm not sure.
I've experienced ghosts at Dion's house in Harveysburg.
Oh, that one. I don't remember any of those.
Maybe we'll do a second podcast.
Maybe I'll have to talk to your mom
Tell him
about
his own
it.
stories that like happened to him.
Wait, Austin, did you know that Dion's mom
Is a
like
medium?
Yeah. Yeah. She
Yeah,
just
that's
comes
nuts.
up to me and like shows me pictures and she's like, "Yeah, I felt weird, so like okay, I'm not shitting, but Austin, I think I saw someone walk
I'm
behind
shitting.
you."
No,
Wait, what the fuck?
I-
I wasn't
I
watching
did
his camera.
not.
I was looking at you talking.
I thought I saw a shadow behind you.
I didn't see anything, bro.
was it this guy? Hold on.
He like goes and like opens this box and then when he comes
It's
out.
like Garfield.
The fucked
No.
up garb.
Was it him?
No. Okay, I'm just gonna
It's a little bit cursed.
act out what I saw. If you just watch my camera.
Alright, I'm watching.
Is she gonna like walk across the room?
I guess.
Okay, I just saw like
You just stood up.
no, like that's
Just
what
like
I was
that.
saying. I just said like someone just went right behind you. I shit you
It
not.
was like Austin and like the next dimension over, like getting up out of his chair to
and
piss.
it was like it was
do
like
have
a
to piss.
black like figure. Like I could clearly see like the head.
Oh, so he
Like
had to
it-
be black, huh?
No, I meant like a shadow figure. I swear to God.
No, I'm just playing.
There was a certain darkness about him.
No, that makes
Like
sense
a
because
shadow figure.
this is the same place that I had my record player story. Same place, so it makes sense.
That's what's up.
I'm so sorry. I just like
And maybe Sydney's the most aligned to pick
You
it up.
guys want to you guys want to see my little
no,
guy?
Not really.
You want to see my little guy?
Sure. Let's see your little guy. That's a little bit spooky. Oh my god. I've got chills going up my
That's
spine.
my little guy.
Spooky, scary skeleton.
Is that a real?
It's real. That's a real person. This is whole skeleton.
Oh my god.
It's in your
Yeah,
pocket.
this is okay for the listeners. It's about 6 inches tall.
What do you think of this?
Are those your
that-
teeth?
Yeah, are those yours?
These
Like,
are.
they-
This is legitimately a 1-to-1 scale of my teeth.
Let's go.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
The funny part is, they spelled my name wrong. They spelled my
Oh.
first and last name wrong.
Wow, welcome to my world.
Same.
Let's see if anyone can spell my name right. Can you spell my
S-
first?
Wait, what in the fuck? I can spell your name so easy.
ZITMEY.
Yes.
Zit
Correct.
Zippy, baby.
Do you really have problems with that, Sydney?
Yes.
SIDNEYTHOMPSON?
Ooh, you got my last name wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
So it's Thompson without a P. It's THOMSON.
Thompson.
Like
okay.
Nick Thompson
I-
from Slipknot, dude.
And then the most common way to spell Sydney is SYDNEY. So
That's
my
the
first
gay
and
spelling.
last
Yeah.
name is
That's-
always spelled wrong.
That's right. I hope I haven't messed that anywhere. I think I got it right. I think I SID'd it everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so used to it being spelled wrong that it doesn't even
Whatever.
faze
Well,
me.
I don't want to spell your fucking name wrong. Like if I would say like 20 words like in the description of the podcast.
Everyone's gonna think my name's spelled with a Y. We surprised them this
I think
episode.
I think I did you right. We'll see.
Hey.
Yeah, this is a little surprise for our audience listeners. Happy 6 episodes, everybody. It's SIDNEY.
You know how to spell my
Yo.
name now.
Mine is DEON. My name is not Dean. And it's not spelled with an I, fucker.
It's spelled DUGHNE. Dunye.
Done, yay.
I didn't
Wait,
think about this.
do
Are we
you-
fine like saying our names on the podcast, or like should I edit out the last names?
Fuck that.
Because
Oh,
I
I
was
know.
gonna mention my last
My
name.
last
and I was
name's
like,
already
oh.
on the
wait. Do you know
internet,
how to
so-
spell
Yeah.
Dion's middle name?
I know.
Oh, yeah, my middle
missed
name is
that.
spelled
What?
wrong.
Let's hear it.
It's
No, well-
Tyler, but it's spelled
It's-
Wait,
Don't
can I
say it
guess?
correctly.
Can I guess? Can I?
Oh, yeah.
TYLOR.
Yeah. Yes.
It's Tylor.
Yes.
Tylor. That's that DTC baby, that Dion Tylor.
Yeah.
Can I just call you Tyler?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Go ahead.
Can I grab another drink, guys, and then we'll finish the podcast?
I'll do that too. That
Yeah.
sounds good.
You guys want to hear me play a guitar solo?
What the fuck? Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Oh, we've been going for so long. Holy shit.
I know. And I know there's parts I had to like trim out, so I'm like looking forward to editing this.
All right, here we go. I'm drunk. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you actually playing?
I don't
Nothing.
have any albums.
Is nothing coming through?
No.
No.
I was playing Freebird.
Oh my god.
I have a question. Do you know who Joey Bonamassa is?
Fuck Joe Bonamassa.
Well, the love of my life.
No, I'm just saying he's a very talented guitarist. He is.
Well, the love of my life is one of my
Dion Cook?
ex-boyfriend's dads. I'm kidding. I make this joke all the time because I absolutely loved him. He was amazing. But he got a guitar signed by him.
That's pretty baller. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And he would just you would just talk to him and he'd bust out his guitar and just start playing it while you're like talking to him, and he'd just nod and be like, while playing guitar, and I'm like, thank you, Dave.
My thing is, this is only guitarists will get this. Can you guys see my finger?
Yeah.
Yes.
Check that.
Is it calloused?
Check that shit out.
Hey.
I guess I don't get it. I can't see. I don't know what I'm.
It's just wiggling real
The-
sexually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, so Joe Bonamassa
The guy.
Wait, hold on. Can you shut up for a second and just wiggle your finger sexually a little bit more?
You want me to switch direction? How about this?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yes, please.
What about this?
Oh my
what
God.
about this?
Whoa.
What about this?
DP.
What about this?
Can you go up and down?
I don't know what you're looking
Good content. Good content.
I don't know what you're looking for.
with no video. Yeah.
Okay, so, anyways, Joe Bonamassa rips off Stevie Ray Vaughan,
Oh.
and Stevie Ray Vaughan rips off Jimi Hendrix.
I didn't know that.
So, like, Joe Bonamassa is a ripoff of a ripoff. But also, a lot of people don't want to hear this. Jimi Hendrix rips off every Delta blues musician. Which, like, I love Jimi Hendrix. I love him. One of the most influential guitarists of all time. But Son House, Robert Johnson, Leadbelly.
Isn't that what is supposed to happen with music? Like you take inspiration and build on it, and like it proliferates and becomes like different things. Like I don't know if you're gonna break something down to like doesn't
James-
everyone copy like something
James-
to a certain point?
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. Please edit that out. Please edit that out. But no, like if we're being real, there was blues and then there was Jimi Hendrix. Like Jimi Hendrix legitimately revolutionized guitar. And then a bunch of people copied Jimi Hendrix, which like understandable, you know. But Stevie Ray Vaughan was like the first big break off from Jimi Hendrix. And then a bunch of people were trying to copy Stevie Ray Vaughan. But like if you're trying to copy a copy, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work.
I see what you're saying.
Shout out Johnny Foreigner, one of my favorite bands.
Oh,
They
you're
have
a
a lyric
foreigner,
that's-
dirty white boy, dude?
No, not Foreigner. Johnny Foreigner. It's different.
Dion looks like he's sniffing the word intro right now.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck. I have to go to bed soon. Let's all tell one more ghost story each. Let's close out this podcast. I mean, I don't want to take the reins here. I'm sorry.
Dion, you first, because I guess we didn't even get
Yeah.
to yours. I'm not sure.
I lived in this apartment in Corwin, Ohio.
Let's go.
That was super haunted. Somebody killed themselves in it. Or sorry, somebody unalived themselves in Minecraft in the house before I lived there.
With a Minecraft shotgun.
Yeah, with a Minecraft gun. Yeah.
Already negative energy there.
Yeah, they used a mod. It was wild. So when we lived there twice when I was like a kid, and then when I was like 16, when I was a kid, I don't remember it, but my mom and dad were telling me that apparently like, little toy tops, they would just start spinning by themselves on the coffee table. And there was
Kind of like that.
yeah, and there was one time when we lived there when I was still a child living there, they said they would hear footsteps all the time during the night and like come tell me to go to bed, and I'd literally be asleep. That happened a lot, and I would hear them too. And we could hear them in the attic, but the attic was empty. There's nobody up there, so that was spooky. I also saw a shadow figure there one time in like a doorway. At least I think I saw it, but I could have been wrong. And then there was one last one at the apartment where we were all standing in the kitchen, and there's this big like Waynesville conspiracy that there used to be like a railroad in the middle of the town, and we were talking about something with this train, and we were sitting there by the back door, and all of a sudden we just hear this loud ass train whistle, and to this day we still think it's a ghost train. Yeah, see, exactly.
train. Yeah. We think we saw a ghost. We think we heard a ghost train. We heard like this loud ass train whistle, and there's no railroads near that apartment for
Yeah.
like a very, very long time.
Not at
so-
all.
Yeah.
None.
But that was just from one house. But yeah,
And-
those are mine.
Can
And you
I?
also had nightmares, right?
Oh yeah, I would have really bad nightmares too. Yeah. Like nightmares about my family members like dying in really brutal fashions. I had really dark dreams there.
Dion, I don't know if you remember this. I remember this because I'm a scaredy cat. But so Dion used to live down the street from me in Harveysburg, and then Dion was like, moving to Waynesville, moving to Corwin. It's all sad, all bad. And Dion was like, yeah, some guy killed himself with a shotgun, like shot himself in the chest with a shotgun in our apartment. And I was like, damn, that's fucking heavy, dog.
Yeah.
And, I went to hang out with Dion in Corwin. Nothing ever happened. It was all good hangs. And then months down the road, Dion's like, I saw this fucking dude. Dion's like, I saw this fucking dude right in the hallway. And he was just almost floating. And Dion was like, Dion was like, I saw this dude floating in the hallway. And he was like, I'm sorry. And then he just fucking like shot himself in the chest with a shotgun. And then just disappeared. And so every time I went over to Dion's house, I was like, I'm looking out for that fucking guy. I don't know if you remember that, Dion, but I remember that shit.
It sounds kind of familiar. I think I remember.
Did you just repress it because
That's
you didn't
wild.
want to remember?
I'm
it?
sure he might have repressed it because that's
yeah,
fucking spooky.
Yeah, that's.
I was gonna
it's
say that
scary.
memory and the fucking car with a girl in it crashing into the yard that were both like, yeah, I think I might remember that.
Dude,
The fucking ghost shooting himself
just
in
saying,
the chest with a
based off
shotgun.
of what I've remembered, I can't imagine what I've repressed. I can't imagine that shit.
Yeah.
True.
I'd like to, I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to kind of do like a kind of whole, I guess, psychology episode because even I was going to talk about memory, but like
memories?
just it's wild that like even trying to understand what is happening, that you can like throw back and like catch like a, I don't know. I guess it's like part of how the brain learns, but like that you can like experience a moment again in a different time.
Also,
Speaking of
like-
memories, one time in high school, James came up to me in the hallway and just went, "Dude, sleeping? What the fuck is that?"
That sounds about right. That's still how it's going.
Yeah, same energy.
Also, like, have any of you like ever had like reoccurring nightmares of just like the same monster like chasing you through somewhere or like trying to find you?
I have a couple, but yeah.
Yes, I have
Like-
experience of that for sure.
I kind of feel like sometimes that feels like a negative spirit has like latched onto you or something or trying to. Cause like I remember waking up from those dreams and just being like, holy shit, like I feel like super negative energy.
I used to have this recurring dream where, like, in the dream, everything is pitch black. I mean, the darkest darkness there is, except everything was outlined. Like, think of a cartoon, and you know how everything has a fucking outline? But everything was outlined in bright orange, like neon orange. So it was kind of like the.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it was kind of badass. I'm not gonna lie. But like, it was my babysitter's house from when I was a kid, and I remember I was like, when I was on the main level of the house, I was like, I'm not supposed to be down here. Like something bad's gonna happen. And so I would look at the stair. Like as soon as you walked into the house, there were stairs going up, and when you looked up, everything was normal, like regular light, no outlines, fucking like everything looked realistic. And there was a Jimmy Neutron Hot Wheel
And I remember I would walk up the stairs and be like, "Oh, fucking Jimmy Neutron Hot Wheel," and I'd pick it up, and then something would start growling, and I was like, "I'm gonna put that."
Oh my
And I
god.
was like, "I'm gonna put that down," and so I'd put it down, and then go back down the stairs, and there was the flying carpet from Aladdin, but it was outlined in neon orange.
Yeah.
And it would just be that the whole dream. Like I would wake up downstairs, scary, neon orange, everything. Go upstairs, pick up this Hot Wheel, photorealistic everything. And then everything would go neon orange and it would be super scary.
Got me hoping it was like a cursed Goddard lurking in the shadows.
And that was the thing, was that how Goddard had the fucking satellite on his head that he would fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Hot Wheel, and it's a real Hot Wheel. You can look it up. The Hot Wheel exists. And so there'd be it was like a little SUV, and it would have a little fucking satellite on top, dude. And that's why I was like, damn, this shit's fucking scary, dog.
Mine was always like this grotesque looking woman. Like her face was all like
Meryl Streep. I know exactly who you're talking about.
decaying.
I'm sorry. She's gorgeous.
I don't know.
I'm playing.
It's just like this decaying woman, and I don't know, I would be in this maze almost, and I'd feel like I had to be running from her, and if I got caught, something bad was gonna happen, and I'd always wake up and feel so scared, and just knew that I shouldn't get caught. I don't know.
One of my recurring dreams is there's an entity and it changes form, but I'm inside a building and it is outside of the building trying to look in and see me.
That's scary.
Scary.
That's why
Yeah.
every night I close my blinds because I feel like someone's trying to look in.
Same.
Yeah, I guess I do that too. Yeah, mine are blacked out.
Yeah.
And maybe it's subconsciously creeping through into my life.
Look, all my fucking blinds are fucking blacked out, dude.
I also have my house and any house I've lived in mapped out in my head of where is the point that even if it's outside the window, where are you invisible? Where is a spot that doesn't have a window in line of sight? And when you think about the layout of a house like that, usually a lot of them didn't. A lot of places I go don't have one.
Yeah. I don't close my blinds, and I always got yelled at it by my parents because they you're changing and your room faces the street. And I was just who the fuck's gonna see it? When I lived in Columbus, they're you should really close your blinds. Neither me or my roommate closed our blinds, and there were a group of guys living right behind us. You can see directly into our windows from them. I bet you they loved me and my roommate.
I was gonna say, I don't like that, Sydney.
Well, I was on the 3rd floor, so who the fuck's gonna climb up to the 3rd floor?
Oh, that's fucking scary. I hope not. I mean, you see a face outside your window.
No, but they could see so it was an alleyway. If you've ever been to Columbus, they're super close, and you can see directly into the other person's window. If they had their blinds open, I could see into their window, so I know they could see into our windows.
Like that Taylor Swift music video
Yes.
where they're holding the signs up to the next window,
Yes.
over.
And I didn't even think about it until after we moved out. Me and my roommate were oh, yeah, maybe we should have closed our blinds.
Okay, I'm recording again.
So anyway, captured
Okay,
and
let's
shot
go.
by terrorists. That's my recurring dream since I was a child.
Oh yeah.
Terrorist?
Yep. Ever
I've
since
never had that one.
the that pulse shooting happened in Florida, the one where
Mhm.
50 plus people got shot, I have
Yeah.
had reoccurring dreams of being just killed in public randomly, and it gives me a lot of anxiety.
Well, dude,
the Oregon shooting happened literally a quarter mile from my house.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's why, like, I hadn't seen the footage. It happened 2 years ago, but I hadn't seen the footage until this year because, like, I was just scared to look at it, you know?
Yeah.
But there were people I knew in the video, like, running for coverage. Oh, shit. And, like...
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
My friend Gabe, my friend Lindsay, Elena, they were like... My friend Elena got shot that night. Like, caught a bullet that fucking night. And that's what... That shit scares the hell out of me. It scares the hell out of me, dude.
Do you have dreams about it?
So... Funny enough, the night it happened, I was high as fuck on half a gram of Molly. Literally half a gram of Molly. And it was like 3 a.m. and I was like, I checked my phone for the first time and I was like, oh, there's a shooting in the Oregon. And then we're like, that's scary. And then the next morning I went to take my friend home and I drove by the Oregon a quarter mile from my house and there was police tape, like police cars, ambulances, everything. And it was just, that's when it really hit. Because like when you're on Molly, you can't do anything but feel good. Like that's all you can do. And then so the next morning when I woke up and there was just police tape and police and news crews everywhere, I was like, oh, this is actually fucking real. It was...
Didn't a tornado go, like, real fucking close to you guys, too?
Right after, yeah. Like, well, not right after, but yeah.
Are you talking about the Memorial Day one that went, like, by the Air Force Base? Because I was in that one.
There was actually, like, 7 or 8 tornadoes, but, like, it fucking ravaged Dayton right after. And it was funny... Because I ordered DoorDash. Like, we weren't taking this storm. Because on my phone, all it said was, there's a storm. And I was like, oh, fuck it. A storm.
It's
fine. So I ordered DoorDash, and it was just a McDonald's McDouble and some fries or some shit. And then the driver shows up in a neon green Mustang. And I open the door, and, like, the rain is blowing completely horizontal. And I was like, oh, shit, dude, you need to get home. And he's like, nah, I got orders to fill. And
he was dedicated to
make
finishing
$9.
his job.
He literally did a burnout when he fucking left my house. And then we got, like, the messages on our phone. They were like, take cover now. And so I, like, took my guitar, and I... put it in its hard case and put it in the basement and shit like that. And we didn't take it seriously at all. We were like, oh, fucking tornado warning, oh no. And then we woke up the next day and they were like, millions of people are without homes. There's people dead in the streets. And I was like, oh, that shit was kind of real, for real.
Yeah.
It was so close that, like, friends of friends probably got hurt, but that was fucking funny.
Yeah. And that's the thing about, like, Wilmington and Harveysburg is that, like, that shit doesn't happen there because, like, it's in a valley. There's no tornadoes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to butt in real quick. It wasn't a recurring dream, but a dream that I had years ago and still vividly remember. Lightning tornadoes.
Dude.
They came into the ground with such force, it was palpable. It was like, holy shit, wow. And I fucking still remember that feeling, like, right now, like...
Dude, next time I come on the pod, I'm going to talk about the tornado demon.
Oh, let's go. All right.
I'm not going to talk about
Tornado demon?
I'm not going to talk about it this time because it's been literally, like, 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
This is a long wasting space time, a normal painkiller already. I fucking, like, I know I'm going to edit out a bit, but it's still going to be like 4 hours.
And like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I'm so honored to be a part of it. And I think we need to get together in person and just hang out. Like, it doesn't need to be a podcast. I just want to hang out with you guys.
We hung out Dion, Sydney, and I, for the first time, it was the first time I met Sydney, like IRL, and the first time I've seen Dion in forever. Last weekend, he came over when we didn't do the podcast.
Right.
And it was really fun.
My bad. My bad.
No, you're fine. It was a great evening.
Yeah, it was fun.
I was like, because I was kind of thinking of doing like, I have a couple like little topics I thought maybe we'd do instead, but it was like, fuck it, dude. I guess I want to like come over. It was awesome. Yeah. Dude, I was so happy to see you guys.
Yeah.
I would love for us to set up like 3 or 4 room mics and just do something in person. I would love that.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I would like set up this room for this. Except I know you guys probably don't want to drive like 40 minutes.
I
or
don't
something,
care.
Like,
I really don't. I drive 40 minutes for band practice. I don't care.
It's for the vibe.
It's for the vibe, dude.
I want to do. Dion and I were kind of talking ideas a little bit, but I'm so excited to get a green screen, and like I don't know, I'm a little bit creative. I can get like buy some cheap shit and make some pretty awesome costumes probably. So I'm excited to make like video content.
Dude, yeah. I have hella costumes. Costumes.
You've got a fucking suit of armor.
Not anymore. I sold that, but
I'm making cosplays.
Well, fucking, you can check that off your list because how many people have had a suit of armor?
It cost me $1,800. It was pretty sick.
Good for you.
But awesome. Like I've got a Ferrari suit, I've got pirate costumes, fucking like
Sydney cosplayed recently. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, dude.
Sydney, that was awesome.
It was.
I'm assuming it was Sailor Moon, but I haven't seen it.
Sailor Jupiter. She's one of the pretty.
Yeah, James,
guardians.
you fucking idiot.
She's
right. No, I just meant the
Sailor
show.
Moon,
I just meant the show.
I was just saying
haven't
the
seen the show.
Character.
It's on my YouTube channel. It's called I Went to an Anime Convention. It's my first vlog. DJ
but-
Chili Wonka.
Is it actually?
YouTube. Yeah, it's called I
Dion,
Went to
I
an
was
Anime
so
Convention.
excited.
And I vlogged it.
I was like figuring we would talk about that this episode, but like we're already like too deep. I don't want to. But next time maybe I want to hear about it more. And also I'll watch your video. I didn't know it was out. Is your YouTube name DJ Chili Wonka?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I unprivated all my
YouTube.
old videos and went back to my old channel because that's where my
we,
big numbies are.
Should we close out the podcast? Because I feel like we have...
Oh, yeah. I got 3 hours, 6 minutes on my recording. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to work at 10 a.m., but I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, sorry, Austin. I didn't know that.
No. I would have like, if I had to be at work in an hour, I would have still been here.
Well, thanks for being here, Austin.
Thank you.
That was real fun.
Dude, I can't describe how much fun I had tonight. For real. I
had a great time.
I hope you guys have me back on soon.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You're
Yes,
more
sir.
than welcome to come back anytime.
Happy to. That was so fun. Yeah. All right. Well, wasting spacetime number 6.
Let's go. 666, baby. Fuck Jesus.
Yeah.